Offense, first down and 10. Trent Pitney will go wide to the right side along with Jordan Ramirez. Garrett Walshley inside of Yoboni Razone to the left. Wyatt Nolan to the right shoulder of Andrew James, who will hand to Nolan. Running in the middle is tripped up and maybe got a yard on the first carry of the game. Keaton Davis, the defensive end, pulls him down for a 1 yard gain.
Yeah, this is where we're going to have to really get tough up here with that three-man line. They walk up in that basically a forefront, but come out with that three-man line and really get after them.
Nolan to the left of James here on second down and 9. James and Nolan on the keeper. It's going to be James running out to the right side. James finds a seam outside the numbers, is pulled down just short of the 30-yard line. Give him a run of 8, and Hermiston will be a yard short of a first down on their opening drive.
Got a flag on the play.
The indication is against Hermiston.
Hold it on the offense, number 65, 10 yards from the swallowed foul, replay second down.
Holding called on the center, Jacob Leby. Missed a couple of weeks in the middle of the season. He's the most experienced offensive lineman. His knee is not going to be at 100% at any point during this season, at least the rest of it. Second down and 16 after the penalty. James, an empty backfield, rifles one to the left slot. It's caught by Ramirez, and he is pulled down up near the 23-yard line. Jordan Ramirez had his best game this season as far as catches go, 8 of them for 76 yards last week. Brings his season total with that catch to 31, and he is just over 370 yards receiving 4 times. Ramirez has been in the end zone. Third down and 6 for Hermiston. Ball right in the middle of the park at the 24-yard line. Nolan to the left of James, twin receivers each way. The senior quarterback. Cadence slaps his hands, takes it, throws it right side, and has a completion to the slot receiver out to the right. This was Ramirez again, 2 catches in a row and a first down for Hermiston.
Nice job that time, Andrew. That quick little out to this time going outside to Jordan and making a nice little catch out there.
Up to the 33-yard line, first down and 10 for Hermiston. They will leave Pitney alone to the right. And a trio of Bulldogs bunched up on the hash to the left. Ball in the right hash mark, first down and 10. James with Nolan to his right. Kamiakin showing blitz. It'll be a quarterback keeper again, running to the right side. James has got space outside the 40, makes a man miss at the 45. Into Kamiakin territory. He stood up at the 45 and shepherded out of
15.
bounds on the far sideline. A penalty comes out after the play, and then another penalty comes out as well. James was taken out of bounds, and then the extracurriculars continued. We'll have to see if there were 2 penalties there, if it was just the late hit.
Yeah, that was way out of bounds, and you just cannot have that. And I just hope we didn't get it for retaliating back against him.
We wait for the indication.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 71, 15 yards from the end of the play, first down.
Brady Volland is called for the late hit.
And a nice 24-yard pickup by Andrew James on the play for the first down also.
Some whistles here before the first down and 10. Not quite 2 minutes into the opening quarter. And Wyatt Nolan will be to the left shoulder of Andrew James. Trips bunch to the left again on first and 10 from the 28. Hand to Nolan, the right side run. He's got the edge and across the 25. He'll dive towards the sideline, be pulled down at the 23-yard line. The stop on the play was credited to Kellen Rutz.
Yeah, nice. We're getting a little more push now and trying to just side off the tackle out there and doing a little bit better job.
Second down and 5 to go. Ball spotted at the 18-yard line, right hash mark set. James and Nolan in the backfield. The options are to the right this time. It's James with the keeper running to the left. Breaks one tackle. Then he's caught from behind and pulled down by the defensive end, Tanner Solons. a yard up just across the 18, and the ball will be spotted with the nose of the ball just short of the 17-yard line.
Yeah, nice job that time, Andrew. The whole thing was covered pretty well. I mean, Wyatt would have got tackled right away also, but that was the least amount of damage for a no-yard gain.
Pitney split out wide to the right side. The trio receivers, Razone, Ramirez, and in there right now, Cody Thacker to the left, tight to the formation. Handoff to Nolan, running out to the edge, left side, cuts up field and puts his shoulder down across the 21st down yardage to the 16-yard line. Kamiakin was expecting him to just keep extending out to the sidelines, and when he turned up field, he had them all running the wrong way.
Yeah, and they're not ready for that power that he absolutely unloads coming down at the very end of a run like that.
8 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first quarter, opening drive of this game. First down and 10 for Hermiston at the 16. Left hash mark set. Trips receivers to the left side. And H-back that way as well, with James and Nolan to the backfield. Shifting up front for Kamiakin. James hands off to Nolan, running right, running into a pile, and Nolan is able to at least ping off of 2 tacklers and get to the 14, gaining 2. Brent Child in there on the stop, the senior at cornerback coming downhill and making that tackle for the Braves. Pitney and Thacker wide to the right side. Razone and Ramirez left. Ramirez in the slot that way. Pistol set. Now Nolan shifted out of the backfield right. James looking left. Rifles it low and incomplete. A little bit behind Ramirez, and it's dropped. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
Yeah, that time there, it might have been better just go ahead and take a look at Ramirez and throw to Wyatt out there in the flat. He was one-on-one with a smaller defensive cornerback out there. Could have been a big play.
Same formation for the Bulldogs on 3rd down and 8 from the 14. James, seeing blitz from his left side, will scramble that way. Now turn and rush back to the right side. Time to throw to the back of the end zone. Wide open there. It's a drop in and out of the hands of Garrett Walshley, who had a touchdown in his mitts. And 4th down and 8 instead.
Wow. Those are the opportunities you can't miss. And unfortunately, he started to look down to make sure that he could get his feet down. And when he did, he took his eye off the football.
Pass from James falls incomplete.
So for the Bulldogs, the field goal team will be out, and Juan Carlos Navarrete will attempt it's a little bit more than an extra point. It'll end up being a 31-yard field goal. Offset just towards the right hash marks by a step or 2, but still really in the middle of the field. The snap held by Jordan Ramirez. Plenty of distance towards the right goalpost, and it is in.
Nice kick.
7:37 on the clock, 7:36 on the clock in the opening quarter. And Hermiston strikes on their opening drive to take a 3-0 lead. You're listening to Bulldog Football at AM 1360 KOHU.
Oh, that's not good. Duquette getting taped up already.
.31-yard field goal after a 4-minute and 24-second drive for the Hermiston Bulldogs that stalls out at the 14-yard line. Juan Carlos Navarrete was able to hit the field goal. Now he's got it teed and set to kick it away to Jackson Nichols and Kellen Rutz deep to receive for the Kamiakin Braves, both inside the 5-yard line, both standing with about their toes on the 5. Rutz to the left, Nichols to the right, as the righty Navarrete has it teed. The first-year football player kicks it high, spinning kick. It's towards Nichols, takes it at the 8, bobbles it, picks it back up at the 13, and he moves out to the left side, pulled down just across the 20-yard line. And in there on the tackle, it included one of the many seniors that was honored before the game tonight. Derek McBride gets in on the tackle. First down and 10 for Kamiakin. We see Lucas Castilleja and the Braves offense. The quarterback is a junior, stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, 150 pounds, but he's the second leading passer in the MCC. Altair is next to him, and he's a big guy. Little motion shown, Rutz left to right. Hand off to Altair, running left side. He's got a seam across the 30, tripped up by Garrett Walshley to the 33-yard line, a 12-yard run, and a first down for Kamiakin right out the gates for Altair, who a week ago had 9 carries and 49 yards.
Yeah, that time there, our defensive line got lit up. They really went out. Altair made one cut, and off to the races he went.
He's just a sophomore, but he was one of the freshman sensations a year ago in the MCC. Altair again running left side, pulled down, and it's Arnold coming off of the edge to make the tackle after just a 2-yard gain to the 35-yard line. We see quite a bit of Ryan Arnold mixing into that linebacking core with Nathan Wheeler and Wyatt Nolan. It was Nolan who was listed as the starter, but after that 4+ minute drive, Arnold will start at linebacker. Second down and 8. Motion this time, right to left, and it's handed off to Rutz, who's up to the 40-yard line, fights his way forward just across the 41. And a third down and short on the way. Kellen Rutz with the carry.
Third is about a yard.
It was another Tri-Cities school that did a lot of fly sweep stuff and had some success against Hermiston in week 3. That was their first loss of the season at the hands of the Kennewick Lions here on Kennison Field, 26-25. Third down and 1 from the 42-yard line. Altair will go to the right shoulder of Castilleja, and the quarterback will keep it running right side. He's got a seam, he's got a first down, he's into midfield, moving out to the left side, running past Hermiston defenders, pulled down from behind across the Hermiston 40 down to the 36-yard line. The saving tackle made by Zane Davis, but not before a big run for Lucas Castilleja, and just past the halfway point of the first quarter, Kamiakin down 3-0, driving into Hermiston territory.
An 18-yard pickup for a first down that time, and they're really starting to move the ball. You know, Hermiston's got to find the answer there.
Rutz motions into the backfield. Now he's to the left shoulder. Fake it to Altair. Hand off to Rutz running right side. He's got a seam and will be pulled down from behind at the 26-yard line. The tackle made by Davis on consecutive plays. They move it back to the 37-yard line, but still a 9-yard gain and second down and short for this Kamiakin team that's winning first down routinely on what has become a very fast drive down the field. They don't huddle. Look to the sidelines, get the signs from Scott Biglin, the head coach. Empty backfield this time. Altair motions right to left, fake it to him, keep for Castilleja up the middle. He'll edge out to his right side, breaks a tackle, sheds another, and he's pulled down out of bounds just short of the 20-yard line. First down yardage, pick it up 7.
Inside the 25 to about the 21-yard line. Good for the first 10.
This Bulldog defense was one of the top defenses through the first month and a half of the season, but they've been maligned the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they did a much better job that time of sealing it off, but then they let him get the edge, and that's where he picked up his 7.
First down and 10, handoff to Altair running right side. Altair will get a handful up to the 17-yard line, picking up 5. 4:50 left in the opening quarter. Hermiston up by a field goal after their first drive. Now the Braves face a second down and 6. From the 17-yard line on the right hash mark. Rutz to the right, Altair to the left of Castilleja. The junior quarterback takes the snap, fakes the ruts, keeps it himself, running left side behind the guard. Gets across the 15 down to the 14-yard line where he runs into a pile of purple shirts led by Arnold.
Castilla.
Much better job giving up the 3 yards up the middle that time, but it made Castilla go ahead and cut it back in from going outside, and that's where you want to go back in to help.
3rd down and 3 from the 14. Castilleja with the keep, running right. He will be pulled down from behind. Very close here on whether or not it's a first down as Chase Bradshaw in there on the stop along with Cody Weisner. To the 12-yard line, it will be short. 4th down and 1, down by 3 with 3:40 and the clock spinning in the first quarter. Kamiakin keeps the offense out on the field. First test for Hermiston's defense. And a high leverage down situation. 4th down and 1 from the 12. Altahir to the left of Castilleja. Altahir will take the handoff. Get outside the numbers at the 10. Flag out as Altahir is pulled down just short of the end zone.
Yeah, you're going to have a holding penalty on the tight end or whoever, the outside the tackle actually on this side.
Holding is the indication against Kamiakin, so it moves them back 10.
Holding on the offense, number 71, 10 yards from the smaller foul, replay 4th down.
Yeah, and it was actually right at the line of scrimmage, so.
It'll move it back to the 21-yard line and a 4th down and 10. Kamiakin leaves their offense out on the field. Hermiston scrambling in defenders for this play. Wyatt Nolan in to rush from the end. Throw over the middle to Rutz, knocked away just at the goal line. The saving stop made by Zane Davis.
Yeah, Zane had another big game that time, and that was an interesting play that Kamiakin went up to, and it's.
Hey, it worked. They got exactly what they wanted.
Yep.
They got the matchup of a fast receiver against a linebacker.
Yes, it
and
did.
Davis was able to close out on the ball. 1st down and 10 for Hermiston. They take over on the 21, leading 3-0 with 3:14 left in the first quarter. James and Nolan in the backfield. They will motion and flip it.
Ramirez
has got some space out to the right side, and near the 33-yard line, he is pulled down. 12-yard gain, however, hold everything. Whistles coming from the near sideline. And the officials getting together to have a conversation. The sticks go back to their original spot. And maybe this one is going to be erased. I don't actually see a flag down on the field anywhere.
Sideline warning on Hermiston. That's their first warning.
Okay, I did see it down on the ground right there in front of Coach Mosier.
Ended up on the actual sideline itself. Well, it wasn't on the field of play. Didn't see it. So, Hermiston, just a warning, does get the 12-yard gain up to the 34. 13-yard gain, and they've got 1st down and 10. Trent Pitney alone, wide to the right side. 3 options left for Andrew James. James with Nolan with him in the backfield. Hands off to Nolan, running right side. Wyatt will get outside the numbers and push his way across the 40-yard line. A handful of white shirts there led by Keaton Davis to make the stop before Nolan runs for 7.
Yeah, that time there, much better push, and Nolan riding that right hip of Duquette out there and making a nice little cut back upfield.
Get on the stop.
From the 41, 2nd down and 3. Nolan to the right shoulder of James. 3 options, bunched to the right this time. Kamiakin showing pressure right up the middle. Jumped in the neutral zone, no flag. James now will take the snap, pull it out of the belly of Nolan, fake a throw right and run up the middle, get right near the 1st down he needed. But they will say short of the 1st down with the ball spotted at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, nice little look that time of Andrew being the short side of the field that time. Kamiakin had a guy right in the middle of our 3 men out there split wide.
3rd down and inches with 1:42 on the clock, and it is spinning here in the first quarter. All the options to the left, 1 man alone to the right for James on 3rd and inches. James to Nolan. Nolan, big seam across the 50, down the far sideline 40, pulling away 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Hermiston! A 56-yard run for Wyatt Nolan.
And that's what happens, you start bouncing around and trying to pop Wyatt up there, and sooner or later he's going to find that crease, and unless you're tackling well, he is going to make you pay.
Touchdown run number 22, and wait, hold everything. There is a flag sitting on the 5. And so we'll have to check on the penalty.
Oh my God!
Where was the block out there? There was nobody but the 2 out there. Where was a block in the back at the 5-yard line? There was nobody else out there.
No, there was actually, because there was one Kamiakin guy went head over heels into the end zone.
Blocking the back on the offense, number 6, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It results in a first down.
So Hermiston will get the ball on the 15-yard. I saw a Kamiakin guy getting upended and ending up kind of Charlie Browned into the end zone. And Chase Bartley is the one who is called for the penalty. So still, Nolan gets the huge run. Credited for 40 yards on the rush, and Hermiston's got first down and 10 from the 15. Nolan to the right shoulder of James. 1:19 left in the first quarter. Hand it to Nolan, running left side. Nolan, one of those angry runs, puts his shoulder down and punishes a Kamiakin tackler who does pull him down at the 12 after a gain of a couple. One of those kind of behind the play pops. And I didn't see the block itself. I saw the Kamiakin guy go flying. And didn't think much of it because I was looking back to try to do math, which listeners to this program know I'm not that great at. 2nd down and 8 from the 13. Nolan out of the backfield, shifting to the right. James looking that way, and now a flag out. Looks like motion on Hermiston.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, number 9, 5 yards.
Trent Pitney called for the false start, so 5 yards back to the 18-yard line. I think Hermiston wants a timeout. They will take one with 38.1 seconds left of the first quarter, leading 3-0 and driving, but being spoiled by penalties here in this second drive of the contest. They got the big 4th down stomp, and now suddenly it's just a matter of kind of rebounding from the penalty and still ending up with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're a little bit shell-shocked on it. To be honest with you, I didn't see the block in the back, and especially 15 yards behind the play, I didn't see the block in the back. And I'll have to look at it.
It was at the 5-yard line.
Well, yeah, 5 yards, but there was nobody even out there at that until after they were celebrating. The only guys that were there going 5 yards away from the end zone was Wyatt Nolan and the defender, and nobody was even close. So if it happened, it was after the score was already made.
Well,
dead ball, touchdown, personal foul, maybe clipping. That's it. It's not a live ball anymore once he crosses that end zone.
I see where you're coming from. I also saw a Kamiakin guy who either had terrible balance or got shoved on the play.
Like I said, but nobody was out there, even close to the score.
2nd down and 13. Now flags out. And it looks like this time Kamiakin is going to be the one moving. And Hermiston will get their 5 yards back.
Yeah, this is good. It's going to be a night of penalties. I hope not anyway. I mean, that's the 6th penalty on the game already for the game for, they've got 30 yards in penalties, and we're sitting at 25 already.
Nolan to the right shoulder of James, 2nd down and 8 after the penalty moves Hermiston back down to the 13-yard line. 3 receiver options to the right. Kamiakin again, lots of shifting up front. Handoff to Nolan, running left side. Nolan will shed a tackler, flag out. Nolan stays on his feet at the 5, goes into the end zone, touchdown. We'll have to check on the marker. It's in the vicinity of holding. And it is a hold, so for the 2nd time on this drive, Hermiston will have a Wyatt Nolan touchdown pulled off of the board. This was a problem as well. The week I wasn't here against Southridge, Nolan probably had, a school record in yardage, but penalties removed many of those opportunities. This moves it back to the 23-yard line. And it's 2nd down and 18 facing Hermiston. 31.6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Hermiston's lead is 3-0. They look to add on to it. They've already got Wyatt Nolan into the end zone twice on this drive to no avail. Nolan to the right shoulder of James, who looks back over to the sideline, points out to a 3 versus 2 out there. James looking that way, set up a screen, dumps it to Nolan, tipped incomplete. The lineman in there, Tanner Sullins, was able to get his fingertips on the ball. And the incompletion will bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that was set up really, really well. I'd come right back to it, Eric, because that time there, other than, he's a pretty good-sized lineman. He's sitting at 6'2", and he looks a lot bigger than 6'2" from up here, his height-wise. But I'd go right back to the same play.
3rd down 18 from the 23. Left hash mark set. 3 receiver options out to the right for Andrew James. Straight drop, staying in the pocket. Looking left side. He'll throw to the end zone. For Razone. Lifts up, pulls it in. Down to the ground at the 2-yard line. Razone elevated and was able to bobble and catch that before he went out of bounds. 1st and goal for Hermiston on the pitch and catch to Yabani Razone.
Wow, what a pitch and throw. And right coming at the end of the first quarter, Eric, and, perfect timing.
It will be the final play of the first quarter, I believe, unless the Bulldogs really get their hustle on. They will not. That will bring us to the end of 1. 3-0 Hermiston after 1 quarter here at Bulldog Stadium. You're listening to Hermiston Football on AM 1360 KOHU.
What a catch.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow. So now what are they discussing?
Hey, remember we're on up 2.
Okay.
Figure out what they're discussing out there.
This is only the 3rd drive of the game, and it starts the 2nd quarter with Hermiston 1st down and goal from the 2 after a acrobatic catch by Yabani Razone to set Hermiston up in this position. Twice already on this drive, Wyatt Nolan has run the ball into the end zone, only have a penalty, pull the 6 points back off of the board. This is one of those you hope if you're Hermiston, if at first you don't succeed, try again drives.
Well, and at the very worst, Eric, 4 pops from right here. Take time off the clock, shorten the game up, make Kamiakin earn this thing. Hermiston knows they can get it in.
First down and goal, handoff to Nolan, running right side, breaks 1 tackle, and then he stood up at the 1. Good second effort there by the middle linebacker, Michael Wymore, to stop Nolan after a gain of 1, second down and goal from the 1-yard line.
And nice job that time. Wyatt actually got hit in the backfield and just powered. And like you said, the linebacker, great extra effort that time to keep him out of the end zone.
Shotgun set for James with Nolan to his left shoulder on second down and goal from the 1. James slaps his hands together, hands it off to Nolan. No, James keeps it this time, going left side, and the Braves were ready for it. Drop him for a loss of 1. Couple of different guys in there on that stop for Kamiakin, led by Ben Allenberg.
Yeah, we blocked a little bit of air that time out there, and that's what you can't do in that situation. You got to be able to go ahead and make sure if you're going to have that block, you've got to seal him, and then Andrew key off of your block.
Andrew James had the wraparound belt that's got the hand warmers on it. He threw it off, and it's laying back behind the play. Third down and goal. Handoff to Nolan, running left side. Gets out to the edge, tripped up. Out there wide. And the stop made this time by the strong safety.
Nolan. Tackle for no gain.
Devin Kunkatad in there to make the stop. And actually going backwards 2 more yards. Fourth down and goal from the 4. Hermiston took points on their opening drive of this game. They lead 3-0 right now. Defiant about the 2 penalties that have pulled touchdowns off the board. They're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Left hash mark from the 4. James with Nolan behind him. Kamiakin with an 8 in the box. James, play action, rolling right, trouble, throws over the middle, back in the end zone, touchdown. Yabani Razone running towards the school to celebrate.
Yeah, that time, nice job, 3-yard pitch to Razone for the touchdown, and great play action pass that time by Andrew James.
So the Bulldogs do get their touchdown. This one, the 3rd time on this drive, comes penalty free. And Juan Carlos Navarrete, who's got the 31-yard field goal earlier in this contest, out to attempt the extra point. Right-footed kicker out of the hole to Jordan Ramirez. Snaps there, kicks up, it's through. Hermiston's lead is 10-0 with 9:55 left in the second. You're listening to Bulldog Football at AM 1360 KOHU. I don't know what it is, but I can't see anything today. I have to call everything out of binoculars. I cannot see numbers today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, ours are always horrible.
10, Kamiakin nothing. 9:55 left in the second quarter. And the Bulldogs, a long drive that had 3 different touchdown celebrations. The last one, Yabani Razone's 3-yard reception from Andrew James, the one that's official. Kellen Rutz to the left, and to the right, Jackson Nichols to receive the kick from Juan Carlos Navarrete. A little bit more line drive. It'll be over Nichols' head, halfway into the end zone for a touchback. And Kamiakin's offense, which moved the ball well on their first drive and got stalled and turned it over on downs in the red zone, comes back on the field for their second opportunity.
Yeah, Hermiston right now, they really need to go and and start this defense off right away to get this thing going.
First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Lucas Castilleja with a 2 to Altair to his left shoulder. One receiver right, looking to throw, left side, wobbly ball, tipped incomplete. In and out of the hands of Nico Wiltz.
Penalty marker on the play.
There's a penalty on the play. It's a little bit longer conversation. I don't think it was the defensive back's shove of Wiltz.
It was. What? That ball was tipped in the air, still could have been caught.
And once it's tipped, you can hit a guy.
After the play, personal foul on the defense.
So they're going to call a late hit personal foul. It'll move it up to the 35-yard line. Bulldogs penalty prone in this first half, but leading 10-0. Castilleja with 2 receivers to the left and a man alone to the right. Turns in the hands to Altair. Altair up the middle. Bounces to his left side. He's got space across the 50. Altair down the near sideline 40. Altair running away 30. 25, 20 shoved out of bounds. Big run. Garrett Walshley is the one who makes the hit that forces Altair out, but not before he gets it all the way down to the 18-yard line.
Ramirez.
47-yard pickup that time by Altair. You know, that was just a good run. He absolutely he kept looking over his shoulder. I think if he just would have buried his head, he could have gone for a score.
First down and 10, Altair again, running left side again. This time pulled down at the 16-yard line. Pick it up 2.
Nice job that time by Weisner getting in on the tackle, as well as Wyatt Nolan on the tackle.
Second down and 8 from the 16. Left hash mark set. A receiver to the left and 2 to the right for Castilleja, who takes a snap. He's rolling to the right side, looking to throw. Time in the pocket. Now he'll throw it downfield, incomplete. Just out of the stretch of the dive of his second leading receiver on the season, Jackson Nichols. Nichols is the big play guy. 16 catches, 345 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Nico Willits, kind of the possession guy. 28 catches, 359 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
You know, and Eric, just get a little glimpse of that. Now I can see a little bit about the interceptions. I'll talk.
3rd and 8, roll into the right side. Now the throw back to the left. Open there, Altair. Altair down the near sideline. Arnold catches him and pulls him out of bounds just at the 2. It's a first down on the pitch back, and 1st and goal for Kamiakin 3 minutes into the second quarter, trying to chip in to Hermiston's 10-0 lead.
Yeah, you got to remember, and defensive players got to remember if it's way too easy, you know what's coming. It's either a throwback or it's a screen.
Altair takes a handoff running left into the end zone, touchdown Kamiakin. So the Braves really in quick order race down the field on this Hermiston defense, and they answer back.
Yeah, time there they kind of made us look a little bit slow because they did. You're right, Eric. They took off and off to the races they went.
Caden Szymanski is the kicker. The senior is a right-footed kicker out of the hold of Keller Rutz. And a long snap of Brady Volland. The kick is up and wide to the right. Hermiston got their hands on it, it looked like, and 8:55 left in the second quarter. 10-6 is the lead for the Hermiston Bulldogs here on AM 1360 KOHU. Was that blocked?
Yeah, Ramirez.
On the Ranch and Home scoreboard, Shadle Park 14, Mount Spokane 11. And just under 3 minutes remaining in that one. Mount Spokane's already the number 1 out of the Greater Spokane League's 3A. They got 2-game lead on Shadle Park with 1 to play. Shadle's going to finish as the number 2. They are opponents for one of these teams. The loser tonight is going to finish 3 in the MCC's 3A. The kick is angled out to the far sideline. Jordan Ramirez has it just on the sideline, 15-20. He's got to seam at the 25. And now he'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the 30-yard line where Hermiston's offense gets to take over. Also, in the battle of the undefeateds at Randall Stadium at Wilsonville High School, 12-0 Wilsonville. Just seconds left in the first quarter as they host the Pendleton Buckaroos. Well, Hermiston's offense has had no issues here this evening.
First and 10, Bulldogs.
And the Kamiakin defense hasn't really had an answer for Andrew James, Wyatt Nolan, and the Bulldogs. Jordan Ramirez will come off the field for this play. Trent Pitney, Yvonne Rizzo, Garrett Walshley wide to the right side. And H back in to the left, and James will fake it, throw out to the near side to Walshley. Walshley's caught immediately and dropped in the backfield for a loss by the strong safety, Devin Kununtad. And Kununtad's stop is good for a loss of 2 on the pitch to Walshley.
Loss on the play of about 2.
Yeah, that one there, we tried to go ahead and run that little screen block off there, and the Kamiakin defender slipped up underneath the block and was able to get the hit right away.
8:20 left in the first half. Hermiston's lead is 10-6. James and Nolan in the backfield. Nolan shifting out to the right. James, time to throw. Looks to his right, looks to his left. Now he'll pull the ball down and run. Near sideline, breaks 2 tackles, stays in bounds, and is pushed out of bounds finally after 3 extra yards at the 35, 36-yard line, it looks like. James will run for 8. As a 49ers fan, I just had this big, deep, oh my goodness, because more or less what James did on the sideline with that stop, hesitation, and start is what ended Jimmy Garoppolo's season for the 49ers and really made it so that I'm picking against them almost every week except this one in Arizona. 3rd down and 3. Trips to the left for James and Nolan to his left shoulder in the backfield. H back left as well. 3rd and 3. James keeps it after Nolan goes past him on the quarterback option. Stood up the 37-yard line. Gain of 1. 4th down and 2. And with 8 minutes and some change left in the second quarter, 10-6 lead. And Hermiston's defense out on the field.
Yeah, that time there again, Kamiakin was able to get inside on the block. They came inside on the zone read, and all we got was a little bit of a push, not a hold to hold them up.
Jackson Nichols and Kellen Rutz back to receive the kick. The snap is low, but Juan Carlos Navarrete with no pressure gets it away. High hop over the top of Rutz. Takes a Hermiston roll inside the 20, inside the 15, still rolling down and inside the 10 to the 9. That play is going to look ridiculous on Huddle tomorrow for, you know what, we'll protect the innocent. They'll know who they are tomorrow on film. Hermiston had a really tough time dancing with that ball as it wobbled and wiggled and went down the field and ends up being a huge punt.
56 yards on the punt.
Down to the 10-yard line is where Kamiakin's offense has taken over. 7:31 left in the second quarter. Hermiston 10, Kamiakin 6. Now the Bulldogs defense needs an answer for Lucas Castilleja and Tuna Altair. Altair to the right of Castilleja. Kelderetz to the left. Twins in the backfield. Hand off to Altair. Altair running in the middle, and Altair is stopped maybe for a loss on the play. He was stood up by Duquette, and Cash Campbell finished him off. Cody Weisner was in that mix as well. And they'll say back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. Messiah Jones is the receiver alone to the left. He's a tall drink of water, 6 feet 5 inches tall and 190 pounds. He's only a sophomore, however. 2nd and 10. Rutz will motion out of the backfield. Castilleja to throw. Castilleja pressured from behind. Tripped up and dropped for a sack.
Campbell.
It's Cash Campbell getting to him from behind.
Campbell going to get the sack for about a 3-yard loss on the play.
3rd down and long. Now Hermiston's defense. They had Campbell edge rushing, coming on the backside of Castilleja. He's a little bit slow developing because of the play action. Empty backfield this time. Trips right, 2 to the left. Castilleja will face a 4-person rush. Flag out. Castilleja hits as he throws near sideline. Rutz has it. Rutz has it across the 25, 30, and he's pulled down at the 31-yard line by Garrett Walshley.
I think you might see a holding on the outside on the tight end or the tackle on this side, Eric.
6 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And a
Shift.
4-0 lead. Illegal shift against Kamiakin, who trails by 4. 10-6 is that scoreline. Hermiston scored on their first 2 drives of the game. Bulldogs, David Faitete calling Wyatt Nolan from the sideline, and he'll send him out onto the field. And I think they're going to put him on a defensive end on this play to try to get some edge rush. That was something they started to do last week. And
they got Andrew James on the field too.
that was something they do every once in a while. Sometimes I wonder if he just sneaks onto the field, seeing if he can trick people. Castilleja's got his heels on the goal line. 3rd down after the penalty in 16. Castilleja whips it out near sideline. Caught, but trouble right at the goal line. A stop for Hermiston as it's into the midst of Woodley Downard. And Downard is dropped at the 2. Castilleja just kind of sidearm whipped that Dennis Eckersley style out into the flat, and it was defended perfectly. I think Brock Remmer was in there on that. So now the punt for Cesar Salas. He stands just in the back of the end zone, the goal line just behind the ball. Low snap, and Salas drops it. Salas rolling to the right. Salas in trouble. They fall on top of him. Safety.
But it looks like Weisner on the tackle. Or is that... yes, it is.
It's Cody Weisner who gets the tackle in the end zone. It was a low snap that bounced to Salas, and Cesar Salas, who is also their starting center, had trouble getting it picked back up. Hermiston wasn't rushing a ton either.
No, in fact, they put a light crew up there. They had, other than Weisner, that was the biggest lineman they had on the field. They put in a return type defense back there.
5:21 left in the second quarter. And Cody Weisner's sack of the punter, Cesar Salas, in the end zone, extends Hermiston's lead to 12-6. Boy, this game has had a little bit of everything here tonight, and we're not even to halftime.
Yeah. You know, it's gone from rags with all the penalties in the game to riches to back to, Hermiston having a great defensive stand that time, very inspired. And the unfortunate thing of a bad hop, skip, and a jump on the safety snap, or on the punt snap for the safety for Hermiston.
So to be from the 20-yard line, and they will give it to Caden Szymanski. Szymanski can punt it or he can tee it up. He's going to tee it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, he has got a leg.
Hermiston's got Ramirez standing on the 25-yard line on the far sideline. Same hash mark where this ball is set up by Szymanski. He'll kick it that way. A little bit short floater and kicked out of bounds. 5:21 left in the second quarter, and Hermiston is going to get beautiful field position. Trying to add on to their 12-6 lead here in the final game of the regular season. Are they going to make them re-kick? They might.
No, they get the choice of where it went out. I mean, I wouldn't if I was Hermiston. I'd take it right there on the 43-yard line.
Might have been actually based.
Kick out of bounds on the kicking team. The ball will be placed at the 45-yard line. First down.
So Hermiston will take it at the 45 in Kamiakin territory at first down and 10.
Wow, good field position now. Trying to.
Well, it's 25 yards from where you kick the ball. So if you kick it out at the illegal procedure
right.
at the 40, you get it at the 35. You kick it out from the 20, you get it at their 45. First down and 10. Andrew James. Wait, looks left, maybe changing the play, slaps his hands together, hands off to Nolan, up the middle. Nolan's got a seam, breaks a tackle, moving to the middle of the field at the 35. Kamiakin says they've knocked the ball out. There's a pile right around the 35, and the officials are saying second down.
Yeah, the official said second down, yep.
At the bottom of the pile, however, it was Neil Berkey, the sophomore, who had the ball in his hands. Gain of 8 for Nolan and a second down and 2 from the 37-yard line. Ball right in the middle of the park. Ramirez in the slot right, Pitney outside of him. 2 left as well. Kamiakin showing blitz to James Wright. He'll slap his hands together, hand off to Nolan. Nolan again running up the middle, jump step to his left and gets 5 yards down to the 32-yard line. First down yardage.
Good look that time by Wyatt Nolan on that little hop, and skip there. It really kind of put a Kamiakin defender on its heels, and then Wyatt went ahead and powered for 5.
First down and 10. Bulldogs looking to add on to their 6-point lead with 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Hermiston has 2 of their 3 timeouts. Kamiakin's got all of theirs. Linebacker blitz up the middle, shown by Kamiakin on this 1st and 10 play. They'll bring it. James keeps it. James will run to the left, flag out as James gets up to the 27-yard line, pick it up about 5 or 6. It appears another holding penalty has been spotted. Well, I'll tell you what. Run Kano took the night off.
Number 65.
There are seats available across the way in the opposing section.
Yeah.
Bulldog band's not here tonight, so the student section's pretty big off to our right. And in general, we're probably around 90% capacity below us. First down and 20 from the 41. James looking to set up a screen. Defended well by Kamiakin. James will throw it into the ground at the feet of Wyatt Nolan. And now a flag out as James was harassed after he got the throw away by Brady Volland.
Yeah, there's a personal foul, and that's going to be a 15-yarder from there, from the line of scrimmage.
Kamiakin sniffed out screen perfectly.
Yes, they did, and Andrew did the right thing because they were all over Wyatt. And the unfortunate thing is the linebacker or the defensive lineman did the right thing, coming in hard.
Personal foul.
But you got to pay attention and listen for that whistle.
15 yards from the previous spot. Dead ball. It'll be second down.
It was a dead ball penalty, so it moves it to the 26-yard line. And second down and 4 will face Hermiston. No automatic first down in high school football.
Yeah, the Kamiakin coach is a little incensed out there, but that definitely was the right call.
From the 26, second down and 4. Nolan to the right shoulder of James. Kamiakin showing pressure. They've moved 5-6 up to the line. Hand off to Nolan up the middle. Nolan will be pulled down at the 18-yard line. Stopped on the play by Michael Wymore.
Down to the 24-yard line.
to the 24, 3rd down and 2. Hermiston up by 6. 3.5 minutes left before halftime. Yabani Razone to the left and Jordan Ramirez inside of him. Cody Thacker will be lined up as a tight end to the right and Garrett Walshley wide this way. Blitz off both edges shown by Kamiakin. James will hand off to Nolan. Nolan up the middle, gets a couple. He rolls over the top of blockers and is pulled down ultimately on that play by Sullins. Gain of maybe 1. Nose of the ball short of the 18.
71.
Need to get it across the 17 to extend the drive.
4th and about a yard.
4th and 1. Nolan to the right shoulder of James. Senior quarterback slaps his hands together, takes a snap, fakes a pitch, takes it himself, gets the 1st down yardage. Although Kamiakin saying they got the stop here. It'll depend on the spot as he got pulled down in the middle of Keaton Davis. And the spot is not good. It's going to be a turnover on downs. They might bring the chains over here, but they're not going to need to. With 2:28 left in the first half, Kamiakin trailing 12-6. They're going to, I can't imagine they not get the ball here based on the way that the ball's been spotted. It's short by a yard.
Wow. Good defensive good defensive job that time by Kamiakin. You know, the Hermiston. Eric, I noticed one thing what Kamiakin's doing. Their defensive line isn't so much playing up with Hermiston. They are getting low on Hermiston, really low. In fact, that time there, they had 2 defensive linemen going at the ankles of the Hermiston line and pushing down. Well, that's where Hermiston's got to learn. If they go down like that, they have got to get the hand in the middle of the back and get them down and out of the way.
About 2.5 minutes before the teams head to the locker room. Kamiakin's got all of their timeouts. They trail by 6. Tunalta here behind Lucas Castilleja. Pistol set. 3 receivers right. Turn in hand. Altair running left side. Altair sheds a tackler across the 30. Pulls over another across the 35. Outside the numbers at the 40. Dragging Hermiston defenders all the way to the sidelines. Flag out at the end of the play.
So,
Penalty marker on the play.
The run is going to end up going for 16-17. And looks like they're going to tack on 15 after that.
Trying to figure out how they're, because the bunch was there and he was still fighting to go downfield.
Dead ball personal foul is indicated against Hermiston.
Did they call?
None of these have been unsportsmanlike, so nobody's gone into the book for an unsportsmanlike penalty.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 3, 15.
Cash Campbell is the one who is saddled with the penalty that will move the ball into Hermiston territory at the 43-yard line.
I don't get that. The whole bunch was there, and you know he's still fighting for yards. Whistle came. I didn't hear it come until after they were out of bounds.
1st down and 10 from the 43. Left hash mark set. 3 receivers to the right. Castilleja and Altair. Hands off to Altair. Big hold up the middle. And Altair pulls away at the 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown to Altair. Into the end zone for the 4th time. That was a run with a burst of speed. And with 2:11 left in the second quarter, Kamiakin's an extra point away from taking a lead.
Yeah, that time there, that's what we've been talking about, Eric, is Hermiston's kind of the inability to make the finish off the tackle. He ran away from 3 guys that had sure tackles. I'll leave it at that.
Szymanski, the righty, got his last one blocked. This one he will kick through. And Kamiakin's lead is 13-12 with 2:11 left in the first half. We'll take a break here on AM 1360 KOHU. How far was the run? And 3 timeouts to extend what is right now a 13-12 lead.
Yeah, time there. I don't know. I couldn't tell because it looked like we needed to cut that pattern off and come inside. Andrew threw it up there. It wasn't a real good pass, but Razone coming inside.
Altahir running after they fake a man coming on the motion. Altahir gets flag out on the play way late. Flags coming out. There's a lot of extracurriculars. That run, by the way, was to the 47, a 4-yard gain. But I think Hermiston just added on 15 yards. Flags came all over the place. And this officiating crew that's earned their stipend tonight, trying to sort things out. This is either just one or it's offsetting. We'll hear. Or maybe we won't. Indication was unsportsmanlike against Hermiston.
Was it unsportsmanlike or did he hold a holding?
After the play. Personal foul
Yeah, you're right.
on the defense, number 40, 15 yards from the end of the run. It results in a first down.
So Zane Davis called for the personal foul. That moves the ball up to the 38-yard line. Altahir scored a 43-yarder just a minute or so ago after a 15-yard penalty on Hermiston. First down and 10. This time Castilleja will keep it running to the right side. Castilleja breaks a tackle and is shoved out of bounds. The 31-yard line, Razone gets the stop.
On the keeper.
Castilleja, 7-yard gain.
1 yard line.
Yeah, Kamiakin's got the momentum on their hands right now, Eric, and they are beating us off the ball.
2nd and 3 from the 31. Right hash mark set. Castilleja in the backfield, hands off to Altahir. Altahir up the middle, bounces out to his right, finds a seam, tripped up at the 20-yard line. It was Cash Campbell from the defensive end position coming back and getting the foot of Altahir to pull him down. First down yardage, however, at the 19 is where they'll spot it. 1:01 left. Kamiakin holding on to their timeouts. Look at add on to a 1-point lead. Empty backfield for Lucas Castilleja. The junior quarterback takes a snap. It's a designed run, and he runs into a pile. Wisner and Bradshaw there. It's a stop, loss of 2 back to the 21.
Kind of an odd play to be calling down there when you got momentum going and you go a naked backfield quarterback sneak.
Timeout called by Kamiakin. Their first. 52 seconds left in the second quarter. What's on the line tonight? Well, for Hermiston, it's relatively straightforward. If they win, they're going to be the top 3A team out of the Mid-Columbia Conference. They'll either finish 2nd or 3rd in the MCC overall, behind Chiawana, presuming that they beat Pasco at Edgar Brown Stadium tonight. We'll get you some of those scores as we get into the Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show. If Hermiston loses, they'll finish as the number 3 seed, and they'll effectively be out of the playoffs. They'll play next week at home against the number 6 team out of the Greater Spokane League, regardless of classification. It'll actually be a 4A team. If I've done all my figuring correct, it'll be Central Valley, who lost yesterday to Meade 30-20 to go to 5-4. Central Valley, however, interestingly enough, on September 21st, beat Mount Spokane 31-14. It's Mount Spokane's only loss of the season. Mount Spokane is the top 3A team out of that league up there. 2nd down and 12 after the loss. Castilleja to throw towards the end zone, right sideline, incomplete, looking for Messiah Jones, who ended up becoming the defender and knocking it away from her zone. There's a flag out on the play.
Penalty marker on the play.
Holding on Hermiston. So Razone is going to get called for holding on the jam. .46 seconds, and the clock is paused.
Holding on the defense, 10 yards from the previous spot, replay second down.
10-yard penalty moves it down to the 12. 2nd down and 2 facing Kamiakin. Backfield's empty again for Castilleja. 3 left, 2 to the right, including Altahir. Altahir will motion the backfield right to left and take a handoff on a sweep play. Altahir gets the first down yardage and is pulled down just short of the 5-yard line.
Altahir.
Sergio Rosales and Wyatt Nolan in there on the stop.
Good for the 1st and 10.
It will give Kamiakin a first down. 30 seconds left. The clock is spinning, and I think they're going to add some time back. Clock should have stopped.
Please reset the clock to 39 seconds. 39 seconds.
So they're going to add 10 seconds back on the clock, give 39 seconds. Clock should have stopped after the first down until the down marker was set for 1st and goal from the 6. Ball right in the middle of the field. Altahir to the right of Castilleja. Kamiakin 13, Hermiston 12. That's 3.9 seconds on the game clock. And now all the eyes turn up towards the press box, so I slink down in my chair a little bit. I don't even want to point over the other side. There we go. 39 seconds on the clock. Castilleja keeps it himself, running right side behind a blocker, pulled down at the 1 by Cash Campbell. And Kamiakin will call another timeout. We'll take this one as well. It's Bulldog football on AM 1360 KOHU.
Charge timeout of the half.
Seconds, some change remaining, and for the Hermiston Bulldogs, they're trying to keep Tuna Altair out of the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. Second down and goal. Altair takes it up the middle. Altair in trouble. Stopped. Loss of 1. Back at the 3-yard line this time. Cash Campbell off the edge. Wyatt Nolan up the middle. And another Kamiakin timeout. This will be their last one.
That's their 3rd and final timeout.
25 seconds remaining. 3rd down and goal from the 3. And now Hermiston has pushed this back a little bit that you feel almost a little bit more confident. I don't know what it is about the extra 3 feet, but from the 2 it seemed like a sure thing. From the 3, you feel a little better.
Yeah, you know, they're going to, my guess is they're going to run the same play 2 more times. They may come out in a different formation, but they may bring out here in motion like they did the last play. But, you know, I mean, they are strong up front. We've made 2 exceptional plays in a row to try to knock this thing down. So let's hope for that stand.
It's Cash Campbell on the last couple of plays who've been big in here. He's diminutive for a defensive end, standing just 5 feet 8 inches tall, but he's 195. He's strong as an ox. Third down and goal from the 3. Altair to the right shoulder of Castilleja is looking to throw. Lob it to the left corner. High point in the corner of the end zone. It's a touchdown. Over the top to Nico Wiltz. And the junior has the score, and Kamiakin's got a lead of now 7. Wilt's 5th touchdown catch of the season.
Was that Marquez or was it Wiltz?
It was Wiltz. Comes with just 19 seconds remaining in the first half. And now Szymanski to attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Kellen Runtz. Good snap, holds there. Hermiston gets close again, but it's through.
19.5.
And the Kamiakin lead is now 20-12 with 19 and a half seconds remaining in the first half.
You know, made a pretty good little attempt at the defensive play, but just got it up over the top of the defensive safety back there.
This thing started really well for Hermiston. They scored on their first 2 drives. of the game, albeit the second drive didn't finish until we were into the second quarter. Both teams had one full drive in the first quarter. Hermiston scored. Kamiakin got down into the red zone and came up empty. You look back at the what-ifs here in the first half for Hermiston. They include a plethora of penalties and a drop touchdown pass for Garrett Walshley on the first drive. And while the second drive did end in a touchdown, it took a long time to get there because Hermiston twice had touchdown runs by Wyatt Nolan pulled off the board because of penalties. Bulldogs have not done themselves any favors. That's why they're down by 8. The kick is a low liner, and Razone will take it at the 10. Razone coming to the right side at the 20. Got blockers in front at the 25. Cuts back to the middle at the 30, and that's where he's going to be stood up and pulled down. And Yabani Razone looked like he just got smacked on the head at the end of the play, and there's a flag out at the end of that play. Boy, it looked like the last tackler in there slapped him in the back of the head. I mean, the back of the helmet, as it is.
Now that could be the first personal foul. Yep.
It is a personal foul. I mean, I think actually it's just kind of a matter of hand signals because at no point have we seen an unsportsmanlike shown.
Play, personal foul on the kicking team. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Well, we didn't get a number on that one. But it moves it up to the 45-yard line. Hermiston's got 2 timeouts. They got 9.3 seconds left. They charitably need to gain about 20 yards to give Juan Carlos Navarrete a chance to kick a long one. If there's any wind, it's actually at Hermiston's back as they move left to right towards the east end zone. James slaps his hands together, looking to throw quickly. Right side will get into the hands of Ramirez. Ramirez gets out at the 45-yard line. 5.2 seconds remaining. So that took about 4 seconds. They get it down to the 45.
Right into Braves territory. Catch was good for the 1st and 10.
It is good for a first down. And Hermiston, again, you got to feel like 10 more yards if Navarrete's going to try one. Walshley and Razone left. Ramirez and Pitney to the right. Nolan to the backfield with James on 1st and 10. See if maybe they're just going to take a deep shot. Pump fake. James throws over the middle. Picked off in the secondary. James threw it right into the hands of this strong safety. And Devin Kunkentad has the interception. The clock says zeros.
Is there a penalty on the play? And it is raining out there now. Yeah, there is a penalty flag near sideline.
Yeah, flag out, rain out on the Ranch and Home scoreboard at the half. Wilsonville 26, Pendleton 7.
Holding Kamiakin. Bring that interception back off the board.
Oh, the rain's a little bit early.
On the defense, number 5, 10 yards from the previous spot. That result in a first down.
Moves the ball to the 35-yard line.
Please put 0.5 seconds on the clock.
They're going to put a half second on the clock. So it's not an untimed down. I think Hermiston's going to call a timeout.
Timeout. Hermiston. That's their second charge timeout of the half.
That'd be a, 47-yard field goal right now? No,
it'd be a 52-yard field goal.
Yeah, that'd be just a little long. Well, especially since the rain started falling and that's kind of knocked the wind down.
I mean, if there's any breeze, again, it would be at Navarrete's back. It's from the right hash mark, so he would get to kind of hook it. He's got that foot. The soccer goalkeeper for Rich Harshberger's team, turned kicker for Hermiston this year. This is game 9 in his entire football career.
Well, see, this is kind of odd.
Hermiston's going to take a shot.
It's raining out there, and they just left the football out there on the ground, and it is absolutely soaked.
First down and 10 from the 35. Really, it's just a Hail Mary at the end zone. Down by 8. James drops. Clock goes off. James steps up. James is hit. James is dropped. It's a sack by Tanner Sullins that will bring us to half.
That's a half.
Kamiakin 20, Hermiston 12 here on the Kennison Field. It's a bit of a sullen walk to the locker room for Hermiston as they trail by 8 against the Kamiakin Braves. Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show coming your way. When we come back, we're going to get a live conversation with Freddie Guisar, the head coach of the Hermiston girls. That's coming your way when we come back on the Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show on AM 1360 KOHU.
Go ahead.
The Hermiston girls soccer team. The season came to a close here this week. The first season for you in charge of the girls program. The first season in what is an incredibly competitive Mid-Columbia Conference. What did you learn this year?
Big thing that I learned, I guess it's just kind of keeping the composure with the girls, keeping them motivated and that momentum going where they're not giving up on each other and they're just encouraged to keep playing, and no matter the results, they were still playing their best games. And I think just me being motivated and not giving them that heartbroken every game is like, hey, we lost. I motivated them. I gave them the encouragements of saying, hey, this is what we did good this game. This is what we need to improve on, and this is what's going to keep us going, especially with that young group of girls that I had this year.
Yeah, you don't want to make excuses, but you were starting. More than half of your starting 11 was freshmen this year.
Yeah, so in the beginning of the season, I had 5 freshmen starting, which is, you never hear that, especially at the high school level at varsity. And then at the end of our season, with a lot of key starting injuries, I ended up with about 8 freshmen starting at the varsity level, which was pretty tough. But, those girls ended up learning a lot and knowing the pressure that comes with the varsity team, and I think that's what motivated them to keep fighting. We kept a close game against Southridge, and I had 10 freshmen starting that game at one point because I had a lot of key injuries out.
So when you've got a ton of freshmen, you're going into this incredibly competitive league, how do you handle the post-game messages when you get teams in this league, the Walla Wallas, the Richlands, they can put 7-8 goals up on you, and you could even maybe have played pretty well that night. So how do you handle that messaging?
That's funny because the biggest thing is we played Richland, and we didn't know anything about them. We played them for one game, and we're like, hey, we just got to play our game. We got to play defensively, but also learn how to play the counter. And right there, they scored 10 goals, but that was probably one of our best games. We were able to score 2 goals on them. out of the season. That was the most goals we scored in one game, and they're probably the best team. They just beat Chihuahua 3-2, and we first thought Chihuahua was the best team. And our girls, I mean, just playing the counter, playing quick, and understanding, hey, 1 touch, 2 touch, and those freshmen understanding, hey, we can do this. And we look at Walla Walla. We just played them recently. They had the same struggle we did. They had a lot of freshmen last year, and I look at the roster now. They have sophomores, and they've improved. They're up to a 5-9 or 5-10 record compared to they started what we did, and now we're looking at them like, hey, we can do the same thing they did and go to playoffs.
So what's next as you look at how you build this program? You go into the off season now. What has to happen in this off season to see the growth you have in your vision for your team?
I think big thing is keeping the girls playing. We don't have too much playing in the Hermiston area. I know there's a lot of leagues in Tri-Cities, but if that's the case, we need to push them there or start our league here and get a club team coming here where our freshmen and a lot of our upperclassmen are still playing together and building that program. Huge thing is those freshmen are they play ASC, they play Three Rivers, and they're the ones that are showing the more competitive side compared to my sophomores and juniors. And you can tell. I mean, Sydney Seaver, you have her out there as a defender, and then you have Jocelyn Morris as a defender, and they're outstanding players that play all year round.
So one of the weird things, give us this perspective, because you were with Rich in the boys program for so long. First, do you assist in the spring? Will you stay there?
I will. I will say this year. I mean, I think the big thing is I've been with those boys for 4 years, and for me to just walk away from them and then they'd be like, oh, where's Coach Freddie? And I think I learned a lot from Harsh also. That big thing is I kind of owe him that. I need to stay there, especially coming into this new league and knowing that the boys are going to be just as competitive as the girls. That MCC league is that competitive that we need to show the boys and show them, hey, we gotta face everybody. We gotta keep up.
You look at navigating an 18-month off season. How challenging has that been to go from that what it was quarterfinal game a year ago, and you're still 6 months away? Well, I guess not 6, but you're still like 120 days away from starting the next season.
Well, the huge thing is these boys, I mean, they play in a local league here, and then a couple of other boys, they just got done this summer. They got coached by Jose, I can't remember his last name, but he coached them through a club, and we're playing a Hermiston local team, playing Portland teams, beating them, end up winning the league for that club team, end up going to Salt Lake City for Utah and competing against them. These boys know where to play soccer. They're going to find anything possible to keep playing the sport that they love, and it didn't come from me. It didn't come from Rich. Those boys know what soccer is, and it's in their blood that they'll keep playing.
What are your thoughts about Juan Carlos out here on the football field? 31-yard field goal tonight, his season long, I guess career long.
No, I was cheering loud. I love it. I mean, the biggest thing is it keeps him going. I mean, as a goalkeeper that he plays, that's huge. I mean, what are you doing as a goalie? You're kicking, you're punting. It's almost like a drop kick for a goalie. So he's still practicing, so I mean, that helps him a lot. And I love it. I love watching him. It motivates him, and every time I talk to him, he's like, hey Theo, did you see me kicking out here at the end of this game? He's going to be texting me, did you watch my game, Theo? And that's what he calls me. He calls me uncle every time. And I'm always here to support him, so wherever he goes, that's an amazing thing.
How different have you kicked football? How different is it?
There's a big difference. I have kicked a football. I played middle school football actually when I was younger, and there's a big difference in a football and a soccer ball. Just the shape and everything. It's tough. You got to change the way you kick, your technique, your style, but once you get it, it's just like anything else. You just watch that ball, and it's a beauty just watching how far that ball can go.
Yeah, his leg power has been one of those things that we haven't. Since Luis Medina, we haven't had somebody that can do this consistently with their foot. So it's been fun to watch there, and I think our hope here in the broadcast booth is the relationship continues and that there's always a kicker coming now that that's the off season for them.
No, it is, and that's the thing. I mean, if we look at it, I mean, we have another kicker at the JV level. I mean, Josue Galvez, he's kicking, and he's on our soccer boys. Played varsity, started varsity on the left wing, and you have another kicker there. But Juan Carlos, just that leg power, it's amazing and just impressive how he can get it there in his first year ever playing football. I mean, that's remarkable. You see other kickers practicing years and years, and he's doing it in 1 year.
Well, we appreciate the time. Thanks for popping in, a little surprise visit, and congratulations. You know, wins, losses don't really tell the right story of this first season because, I mean, 10 freshmen at one point on the field at one time at a varsity game, but good luck as you move into the off season and moving forward to your program.
No, thank you. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm excited for next year, and I'm hoping the same girls turn out and we move on forward and try to get into playoffs. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it.
Kicker Juan Carlos Navarrete's Tio Freddie Guisar with us here. It's halftime on the Tom Denchel Ford Country Halftime Show. We're going to talk about what has been a less than stellar first half for Hermiston. They trailed 20-12 when we come back. You're listening to Bulldog Football at AM 1360 KOHU. On AM 1360 KOHU in the Old West Federal Credit Union broadcast booth, we take a look down on the field right now. An empty field and a bit of bewilderment as the team's headed into the locker room. This Hermiston team, their offense was firing on all cylinders. It stalled in the second quarter. Kamiakin they've just found the right answer to a lot of different things. They lead 20-12 in this first half. Tackling's been tough against Tuna Alta here, and Sunday the penalties have especially created problems tonight.
Whenever you take a look at it, and Hermiston, both teams, there's been 15 penalties in the first half, and both teams have been getting hit pretty hard. A total of 165 total yards. Hermiston, 8 penalties for 85 yards, and a lot of those, Eric, were where we would take points off the board. As you said, 2 penalties, took 2 touchdowns off the board. But that's not really where we're going but wrong right now. We're getting beat off the ball. No question about it, especially on the defensive line we're getting beat off the ball. It's not that they're out muscling us up there or anything like that. They're just flat out beating us on the line of scrimmage. There's nothing more to play. We're just being outplayed at this point.
Well, the Bulldogs are trailing by 8 as we take a look at some of the other scores. Chiawana is confirming their Mid-Columbia Conference title tonight. The halftime score at the Gravel Pit, that's Edgar Brown Stadium. Chiawana 35, Pasco 7. Richland and Hanford are into the third quarter. 3 minutes into the third quarter, Richland is in front 21-14, the score line in that one. And we'll have a few more scores coming your way when we come back here, and we'll have your stats as well. But one last before we go into the break at the half in Wilsonville. Wilsonville 26, Pendleton 7 in the Battle of the Unbeatens in 5A Special District 1. And by the way, last night, season's conclusions for the Oregon Knights. They beat the Umatilla Vikings 32-28, the final tally in that one. Teams back out on the fields for their stretch. Before we get to the second half, we'll take one final break here on the Tom Denchel Ford Country Halftime Show. A few more scores and your stats after this. Eric Olson, Sonny Levy with you on AM 1360 KOHU. The teams get ready for the second half. We take a look at some of the first half statistics, Sonny.
Well, we'll start with Kamiakin Braves. Kamiakin had the ball for a total of just 28 plays in that first half. 22 rushes for 200 yards even on the night rushing. Lucas Casieja had 9 rushes, 41 yards, and Altair had 12 rushes, 145 yards, and a touchdown. And the other rush went to, I'll get that here in just a second, to Keelan Roots was 2 rushes for 14 yards. Again, 22 rushes for 200 yards. Passing-wise, they were 3 of Casieja was 3 of 6 for 15 yards and a touchdown. Nico Wiltz 1 for 3 yards. It was a touchdown. Kalen Roots had 1 catch for 14 and had one that I didn't have a number on, Eric. I'll try and find out who that is, but it was for a -2 yards on the play. But a total 28 plays.
Oh, that was Woodley Downard.
Okay, that was Downard. Okay, and that was a total of 26 plays for 215 yards. They had 17 first downs in that first half, 5 by penalty, and 80 total yards of penalties themselves on 7 penalties. Hermiston, 14 first downs in the first half, 2 by penalties. Penalties by Hermiston, 8 for 85 yards. Rushing-wise, 26 rushes, 147 yards for Hermiston. Andrew James, 10 for 42. Wyatt Nolan, 15 for 91. And Jordan Ramirez, 1 for 13. 26 rushes, 147 yards. Passing-wise, Andrew was 7 of 12 with an interception, a touchdown, and 51 yards. Jordan Ramirez had 3 catches for 28 yards. Giovanni Rizzone, 2 catches for 24. And a touchdown, and Garrett Walshley 2 for 5.
Couple more Ranch and Home scoreboard looks. How about this surprise from Spokane. Shadle Park 14, Mount Spokane 11. And now here's where I'm going to be honest. On Twitter, I see the Greater Spokane League commissioner handing Shadle Park the trophy for the 3A crown. So maybe they're the number one, even though they've got 3 losses and Mount Spokane's got 1. I don't know. We're in this new state. I'm still trying to figure it out. Hermiston wins. They're going to host somebody here in the first round of the playoffs, trying to get to the state bracket. If they lose, they'll be the number 3 seed, and they will host a game that will be the last game of the season against the number 6 team out of the out of the Greater Spokane League. Right now, Kamiakin, they win, and they're probably going to be the 2. They lose, and they're going to be the 3. They're standing out there in light rain falling. Second half kickoff coming off of the foot of Juan Carlos Navarrete. Kamiakin 20, Hermiston 12, and we're underway. And Navarrete hammers one. Take it at the 4-yard line by Rutz. Move it out to the left side at the 10, 15 outside the hash marks. Rutz gets a block at the 20, and he's pulled down. Big collision out on the far sideline. Rain's coming down. Hermiston's going to be tested. Wagner in there on the stop for the Bulldogs. First down and 10 from the 21-yard line. Lucas Castilleja and Tuna Alta here, the sophomore stud in the backfield. This Kamiakin team, 4-4, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Will take over first down and 10. Alta here to the left shoulder of Castilleja. 3 receivers right at a man alone to the left side. The junior quarterback slaps his hands together. Hands off to Altair. The sophomore running the right side, breaks a tackle, sheds another, and across the 30-yard line, pulled down by Zane Davis, finally, after an 11-yard gain. Excuse me. The start on the 21 is a 9-yard gain, second down and 1. Altair will move to the right shoulder. And Rutz in motion right to left. Sweep play, handoff, flag out on the near sideline. And while the penalties have been problematic for Hermiston, Kamiakin hasn't had a day in the park either as far as penalties go in the first half.
Prior to the snap,
False start will move Kamiakin backwards.
5 yards, still second down.
Nico Wiltz is out wide to the left side. He caught the touchdown just before the halftime break under what is becoming progressively a harder rain. Rutz and Jackson Nichols inside of him. The big guy, Messiah Jones, is wide to the right side, but tight to the formation. Second down and 6 from the 25. Can another flag out from the near sideline. It was play action for Castilleja. And another march back.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, number 7.
Well, we usually look at things from a Hermiston perspective, Sonny, but this is definitely not how you start the second half if you're looking at momentum.
Well, it is tonight. I mean, we got momentum on going backwards for penalties all night. That's, interjecting themselves a little bit more, the Zebras are.
Throw out to the left side, knocked out, incomplete on second down and 11.
Pass from Castilleja falls incomplete.
Trying to get it out into the hands of Wiltz.
See, I don't understand this, Eric. They're out here and it's raining like it is, and these officials at least ought to have one towel out there.
Well, they got the Kamiakin ball boy working hard on the far sideline, getting a new one in here before this third down and 11. Castilleja in a passing situation. No, he'll hand off to Altair. Up the middle, Altair get a couple up to the 25-yard line. But a fourth down facing a Kamiakin. It looks like the Braves will just decide to punt this one away after Altair gains 6 and brings up a fourth down and 5 from the 26-yard line. Well, Cesar Salas' first punt of the night ended up in a safety. He's the starting center, but he's also the punter. Good snap this time to him, and he gets it away. Good pounding kick. Fair catch called for and taken by Razone at the 37-yard line. And that's where Hermiston's got possession. 10:22 left in the third quarter. The defense gets a 4-and-out for the first time. And now the offense going to see if they can get their mojo back.
Yeah, I mean, we got to come out here and take control of this football. If we give up 20 straight points in that third period there, that second quarter, excuse me, Eric, second quarter, and now, I think the penalties and then getting those two called back out of the on the penalties out of the end zone affected us a little bit psychologically. We just got to sit down and get this job done.
Andrew James has Wyatt Nolan to his left shoulder on 1st down and 10, and now whistles from the far sideline. It looks like Garrett Walshley is going to be sent off the field for a uniform-related issue. Just didn't dress right.
What did he do? Did not have a towel?
No, he wasn't tucked in.
Oh.
Two receivers each way. Thacker replaces him. 1st down and 10 from the 37. Handoff to Nolan running right side. Nolan will get a couple of yards up to the 40-yard line.
The 41-yard line.
Look, you got to look proper when you step out there onto the field. No belly showing. Tuck that shirt into the pants. Second down and 7 from the 40. Receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Kamiakin shifting up front. James slaps his hands together, read option. James will keep it, sheds a tackler, coming to the near sideline, breaks another, shifts back to the middle, hammered hard at the 43-yard line. Yeah, and it was the big man in the middle, Tyler Curley, hammering him right on his right side. James somehow ends up getting 3 yards out of the deal. 3rd down and 4. Clock spinning, 9.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Bulldogs trailing 20-12. Senior night, the regular season finale on Kennison Field. The rain falling now, as it has since the end of the second quarter. Flag out. Boy, we can't get a rhythm to save our lives right now. Flag comes out from the far sideline.
False start on the offense, number 9.
False start penalty.
Still 3rd down.
These are receivers going early.
Especially the wide receiver. That's not good.
I don't really think this is an indicator of anything, but Chase Elliott and Sam Schwarzy are warming up here on the near sideline. 3rd down and 9 after the penalty. Hermiston has it at the 38-yard line, left hash mark set. Trips receivers to the right side for James. Blitz coming to his right. James, it's picked up. He rolls right. Time, throws over the middle. Caught underneath. And it's Pitney who's got the reception, but it's only a 2-yard gain to the 40. And was there more laundry on that play?
Well, holding defensively.
Defensive holding penalty. And the result of that should be a 1st down for Hermiston.
Because it's going to go from where'd he throw it at? You see, he threw the flag clear out here on the 43.
Well, but defensive will be from the line of scrimmage. So it'll be...
Number 24, 10 yards from the previous spot. It results in a 1st down.
It'll move the ball up just short of the midfield stripe. About the 48-yard line with 8:55 left in the third quarter. Bulldogs trailing by 8. They have a 1st down and 10. Yabani Razone will be the wide receiver to the left. Trips bunched up to the right. Walshley, Ramirez, and Pitney. Nolan is right as well. Sometimes they toss to Nolan going right side. James slaps his hands together, takes a snap. There's the toss to the right side for Nolan. Trying to get out to the edge. Nolan tripped up. Good open field tackle on the far sideline made by Brett Child. The senior quarterback's made a couple of big stops tonight.
Yeah, that was huge there. No gain on the play. It just seemed like they tried to stretch it too much outside. They lost the leverage of the blocks on the inside. That's where Wyatt maybe should have gone ahead and cut it up inside.
2nd down and 10, 48-yard line, right hash mark set. Again, Razone alone. He's on the right this time. And the 3 receivers are fanned out across the left. Right hash mark set from the 48 for Andrew James. On 2nd and 10, he slaps his hands together. Look at a throw. Looking Razone's way. Deep ball down the far sideline for Razone. He's bumped. Incomplete. That ball was thrown well beyond him, and Child again is on the coverage.
Yeah, Andrew showed that he's his arm, shoulder is maybe, that wing may be a little bit sore, but he's still be able to get the ball way downfield.
I don't know what just happened in the World Series, but whatever it is, it must have been funny, based on the message I just got from my uncle. It was complimentary to the announcers.
Uh-oh.
It was not. 3rd down and 10 from the 48-yard line.
Usually it's not when you say it that way.
James to throw. Time in the pocket. Deep ball near sideline for Ramirez. Jump ball picked off. No, dropped. It came in and out of the hands of Jackson Nichols.
James falls incomplete.
And 4th down and 10 means Hermiston will punt on their first drive of the second half. Dueling punts, Hermiston, though, trying to win the field position game. Navarrete to punt from his 35-yard line. Lots of time to kick it away. Low liner, angle to the far side. It'll bounce past Rutz. Rutz will let it bounce again. He'll pick it up at the 16-yard line. Makes one man miss, makes two men miss. He'll spin out of bounds around the 20-yard line. Over on the Kamiakin side of the field. They're attacking left to right in what is becoming a little bit heavier rainfall here. It's at least consistent. 7:35 left in the third quarter. The Kamiakin Braves 20, the Hermiston Bulldogs 12.
Hermiston missed a big opportunity that time, and Eric, I think they're starting to maybe panic just a little bit and changing their calls. Give the offensive line a little bit of chance to go ahead and get their momentum going and get their steadiness back and get this ball game on the ground going.
Tune Altair to the right, Rutz to the left. It'll be Altair taking the handoff from Castilleja. Cash Campbell's got to the backfield. Altair gets a wave, coming to the near sideline now, trying to switch the field. Caught from behind and pulled down. He somehow makes something out of that up to the 23-yard line. Guillermo Garay and Wyatt Nolan in there on the stop. Somehow 2 yards gained, 75 yards run.
Yeah. He's having a very good night so far tonight, Eric. He's 15 rushes, 158 yards, over a 10-yard average on the night.
Pistol set, Altair behind Castilleja. 3 receivers left and alone to the right is Jones. 2nd and 8, toss play. Altair out to the wide side, tripped up. Short at about the 24-yard line. 3rd down and 7. Ramirez cat in there and helped out on the tackle.
50-50 winner, 175.
3rd down and 7. It was 3 and out for the Braves on their first drive of the second half as they lead by 8. Castilleja looking to throw. Time in the pocket. Now he's shuffled out to the right side. Castilleja to the near sideline. Going to pull it down. Pulled down from behind. Zane Davis was able to help out on the stop that was made by Ramirez. Check that. Nolan was the one who was there. Davis stretched him out, and Nolan dove for him and pulled him down from behind. Ends up being no gain, 4th down and 7.
4th and about 6.
Now give him a yard, go 4th and 6 from the 25-yard line. Yabani Razone just on the Hermiston side of the 50-yard line. Clock spinning, 5:40 left in the third quarter. Hermiston trailing 20-12. Cesar Salas will stand just across his 10. Gets the punt away. Good punt. Drives over Razone's shoulder. It'll hop. Razone will take it on one hop, running out to the far sideline. Get some space at the 40 and then shoved out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Ends up making it a 9-yard return. Oh, he got a very nice spot.
Picked up a 10-yard.
May get a 10-yard return. Apparently when he ran out of bounds, he magically stretched his arm out 2 yards. So Hermiston's got it to 45, down by 8 with 5:23 left in the third quarter. Wyatt Nolan to the left shoulder of Andrew James. In Nolan-adjusted standards, it's a quiet night. 2 receivers each way. Play action, throw near sideline, into the slot, caught by Ramirez. Ramirez breaks away at the 35-30. Down the middle of the field, 20, 15, 10, 5. Pulled down just short of the goal line.
Was that Ramirez or was that, that was Wyatt, wasn't it?
It was Jordan Ramirez.
It was Jordan, yes it was.
Pulled down from behind by Jackson Nichols. At the 5-yard line is where they'll stop him. It's a 50-yard gain.
Big play.
First down and goal. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Hermiston has seen Kamiakin score 20 straight points in this game, all in the second period. Nolan to the left shoulder of James. James going to keep it behind Nolan blocking. James to the edge. James at the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. Wyatt Nolan, who's got into the end zone 22 times this season, had to lead the block that time for Andrew James. And now Hermiston, I don't think there's really a decision. They're going for 2 to try to tie this thing.
Yeah, with the weather turning out the way it is right now and it getting raining harder and harder out there, it's going to make it a little bit harder to go ahead and come back from too big of a deficit, Eric.
2-point conversion. Nolan to the right shoulder of James. Bunch of 3 receivers to the left. Kind of spreads things out here. It'll be James and Nolan option right. James keeps it after faking a pitch. He's in. 2-point conversion successful. Game is tied at 20 with 4:53 left in the third quarter. This is Bulldog football on AM 1360 KOHU. Bulldogs tie it up 20 apiece. Andrew James caps off the drive with a 5-yard touchdown and the 2-point conversion. 4:53 left in the third quarter. Still a lot of football on the final night of the regular season here on what has become a rainy Bulldog Stadium. Down on Kennison Field, Juan Carlos Navarrete has it teed at the 40 right in the middle of the park. Jackson Nichols to the left, Kellen Rutz to the right to return this kick from Navarrete. Right in the middle of the field, it'll be Rutz at the 4. Rutz moving out to the left side at the 10, outside the hash marks at the 15, 20, 25, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, bowling his way across the 30 and out of bounds on the far sideline into his bench. The spot of the ball will be the 32.
31-yard line.
Is that McBride again on the hit?
Yeah, looked like McBride got the stop. So Kamiakin, 2 drives, 2 punts. The offense has not found its momentum that it had in the first half. Some good halftime adjustments by Scott Hammond, David Faitete, and the Bulldog defense. First down and 10. Empty backfield, and Castilleja will keep it. Castilleja caught, and he is dragging defenders across the 35. Good second effort there to get himself all the way up to the 37-yard line. Looked like Castilleja was in trouble there.
Campbell got the first hand on him, and then it looked like Nolan finished him off.
Well, I can't get them all right, Sonny.
Yep.
On the Ranch and Home scoreboard, the Wilsonville Wildcats have extended the score in the third quarter to 40-7 over Pendleton.
Yikes.
4th down and 4. Hand off to Altahir. Altahir running behind the right guard. He stopped. No gain. Right in the middle of the pile, Zane Davis, Cash Campbell for Hermiston. Third down. They gave him a yard. 3rd down and 3 from the 38-yard line. Left hash mark. Castilleja and Altahir. Castilleja to throw. Down the middle of the field, over the top of everybody, incomplete. Hit as he got it away by, looked like Thacker. Check that, Duquette. And 4th down and 3 from the 38.
Now they run out the punt team.
Well, 3:42 left. The game's tied at 20. You feel like you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, especially as well as Cesar Salas is a punter. This kid hammers the ball. It does not look traditional. I mean, part because he's a center. Get the punt away.
Whoa.
Big kick. Razone backtracking. Lets it bounce. It'll take a Hermiston bounce. And checks back up. Like my 9-iron used to about 20 years ago. Down at the 24. Actually, I'm going to be honest. My 9-iron never looked like that. I had some wedge shots that could do that. Come back 5 yards.
I usually just blade it, and it still goes about 130 yards instead of where I want it to.
It is not golfing weather right now. The rain coming down. The wind is into Hermiston's faces as they attack right to left towards the west end zone. 3 receivers left, 1 man alone to the right on 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 24. Nolan will lead block for James, running right side. James around the edge will be pushed out of bounds right around the 30-yard line. Shoved into the sideline by the middle linebacker, Michael Wymore.
Give him
6 yards.
2nd and 5.
3 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Clock paused with James out of bounds. Game knotted at 20. Razone, Ramirez, and Walshley to the right. Pitney alone to, Pitney's to the right, and the other 3 are to the left. James, changing the play. He'll hand it to Nolan, running right side. Nolan stopped, stood up, right around the 32. He gained 2 more yards. 3rd down and 2 facing the Bulldogs after the stop by Sullins.
Number 88.
Yeah, this is going to get a little bit dangerous here, trading field position with Kamiakin because they flipped this field. We need the 1st down right now, Eric.
3rd down and 2. Nolan to the left shoulder of James. He's got 3 receiver options that way. And again, Pitney alone to the right. James will slap his hands together, rolling left side, looking to throw. Towards the sideline, over the top of Ramirez, incomplete. And 4th down, so the Bulldogs will have to punt it away. A first half marked by 2 offenses that really couldn't be stopped too often, other than by themselves with penalties. And now this 3rd quarter has been defined by the back and forth punting.
Yeah, wet ball now, Eric. Let's make sure we get this thing back there in plenty of good shape.
Juan Carlos Navarrete gets a good snap to punt it away from his 20. And he will step into this punt. Fair catch called for. It will bounce and take a Kamiakin bounce. At the 47-yard line is where it will be hauled in by Damian Rivera, one of the seniors who was honored before the game tonight.
47-yard line.
Every once in a while he'll get in at an outside linebacker position, that rover spot. He shifts in and out with Zane Davis. But when the season started, Davis and Rivera were kind of right there, 1A, 1B, and that shows you how good Zane Davis has been, that he has taken a lot of those snaps, but Rivera plays a key role in special teams. 1st down and 10 from the 47. A handoff to Altahir. Altahir up the middle, sheds 1 tackler, puts his back to the defender and backs into the Hermiston territory, gaining 5 yards on the 1st down run to the 48-yard line.
Down to the 47-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. The clock's spinning right now. The game tied at 20. Castilleja and Altahir both standing on their side of the 50. Line of scrimmage, the 45. Castilleja looking to throw, scrambling, pulls it down. Now he'll look to run in the middle of the field. Gets up to the 41-yard line. Runs for the first down yardage before he is stopped by Arnold. 41-yard line's where the spot is. First down and 10. See, Sonny, the umpire, he got a towel. Somebody had to get one for him. They saw the forecast was rain at 10. This was an hour and a half early. First down and 10. Handoff to Altahir, running just behind left guard in the center, and he gets 3. Well, the spot wasn't great. Give him 2 to the 39. Final minute 43 of the third quarter, and the game's tied at 20.
2nd and 8.
Bulldogs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in this quarter to tie this game. Kamiakin, this is their first drive of their 3 in this quarter that didn't end in a punt. Handoff to Rutz on the fly sweep running left, and Rutz runs into a pile of purple shirts. Weisner in there on the stop. Up to the 37-yard line, 2-yard gain, and it's third down and 6. So you got to feel like 4-down territory in Hermiston territory at the 37. You got to make 2 stops here. A defense chance starting to our right in the student section. Run Kano didn't make it tonight. And Bulldog students wanted a challenge student section v. student section. Castilleja sheds a tackle running left side. He is pulled down short of the first down yardage, but they had a blitz off the edge that almost dropped him for a loss. Instead, makes 4 yards out of it. It's 4th down and 2 from the 33.
4th and
2. Was that Nolan or?
Looked like it was Thacker.
Thacker on the cap.
Altahir hasn't had too many runs tonight that haven't been able to get to. Kamiakin will check back to Scott Biglin and the offensive coaching staff to signal in the play once they saw Hermiston's defense. Altahir moves to the right shoulder of Castilleja. And now a timeout is going to have to be called, or did they not get it out? Waiting for the indication. Oh, no, it's the end of the third quarter. They were just trying to get him to draw. All right, touchdown for Hermiston, a 2-point conversion. The game's tied at 20. We go to the 4th here at AM 1360 KOHU. Sonny Levy on your hometown radio station, AM 1360 KOHU, Hermiston, your home of Bulldog Athletics for 48 seasons. Also want to welcome you if you're joining us online at GoHermiston.com or Mixler.com, our new web stream powered by Eastern Oregon Telecom, internet at the speed of life. Huge 4th down for Kamiakin. Game tied at 20. 4th quarter starts, 4th and 2. Castilleja running left, sheds a tackler. Castilleja still on his feet. It'll depend on the spot. Scott Hammond is jumping up and down. Jumping jacks on the sidelines, pointing that they stopped him.
Both of them got him marked short of the first down. Way short on this side.
The white hat is looking over the top of the ball. He wants the sticks to come across the field.
Oh, it's
one play into the 4th quarter. a 4th down and 2, and Lucas Castilleja kept the ball. He's not incapable as a runner. He's had an okay night running the ball. About 300 yards on the season after tonight's yardage added up. We got to stretch the chains. He's short by a couple of chain lengths. Bulldog ball.
Huge for Hermiston. Nice stand that time. Now, Eric, rain's letting up a little bit. Give him a steady dose of Nolan Wyatt. Let him, they've got to try and find one of the linemen out there that is absolutely willing to go ahead and take control and put Wyatt on their hip and let him go.
Or Wyatt Nolan.
Wyatt Nolan. Excuse me there.
We've both done it quite a few times this year. I will say you a few more than me. 1st down and 10 from the 32. 3 receivers left, 1 man alone to the right. But I think you're right. The most important 2 are the 2 in the backfield, Andrew James and Wyatt Nolan. Although Ramirez takes a toss, Ramirez running right, Ramirez in trouble, dives forward.
That was a
gets
surprise.
A yard.
That was a surprise.
You almost wonder, is that setting up something later? That one was not set up for a pass.
That's the same play.
But they do run that play in practice.
And that's the same play that Ramirez ran on the first half there also.
So they gained a yard, 2nd down and 9 from the 33. Kamiakin showing blitz off the edge. Now they'll rush 4. Throw near sideline, in and out of the hands of Ramirez, incomplete.
Right through the hands.
Pass from James, intended for number
3rd down and 9.
Ramirez falls incomplete. 3rd.
20 apiece. Kamiakin has had probably better of the night in the matchup between the defensive lineman and Hermiston's offensive lineman. It's been a quiet-ish night for Wyatt Nolan. 3rd down and 9. James slaps his hands together, looking near side. Fake a pass to the near side. Down the field for Ramirez, too far, incomplete.
This guy back here missed a big hold, and so did the deep back. My, oh my. He grabbed a hold of Jordan's arm, his right arm, as he is going by him.
Well, and the 4th-year head coach, David Faitete, he mentioned his displeasure with the allowed grabbing. This is his 11th year here around this program. Came here right after he finished his playing career at the University of Oregon. Juan Carlos Navarrete, another punt. Near sideline, fair catch called for by Rutz. He'll take it at the 37. And Kamiakin back on the ball. Game tied at 20. 11 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the 4th. Essentially, these 2 teams are playing to have life beyond this week.
Yeah, and a well-matched game. We knew it was going to be a pretty good ball game coming in on film and everything and how they played all year. Kamiakin looked like a pretty strong team.
Castilleja, hands off, Altair running right side. Altair's got some space in the middle of the field. Comes to the inner side, breaks the tackle. He's at the 30, 25-20, into a jog, 10-5, touchdown. Tuna Altair, 63 yards.
Well, when you don't tackle, you pay the price, and we hit him 5 different times, Eric. Didn't wrap up one time. When you do that type of tackling, you're not going to get him down, and it's going to result in 63 big yards.
10:56 on the clock. Kamiakin is back out in front. And now it's on Caden Szymanski's leg to make it a 7-point lead. Szymanski did have his first kick of the night blocked. Hermiston's gotten close a couple of times. Hermiston gets close again. Szymanski just slips it inside the left goalpost. 27-20 with 10:56 left of the 4th quarter. This is Bulldog football at AM 1360 KOHU. One play, 63 yards. Tunalta here has Kamiakin back out in front, 27-20 with 10:56 remaining. Szymanski's kick is a bit short on the run, taken by Rizzoni. Stepped out of bounds around the 20. Hey, Szymanski's just putting that right on the boundary, and Yabani Rizzone stepped out at the 19-yard line. However, is there a penalty on the play? There is a penalty on the play.
What is a personal foul?
Well, the officials are over on the far sideline, still talking through this one. Scott Biglin is getting his explanation right now from the White Hat. Bulldog cheerleaders trying to get the fans into this one. This is a long conversation about exactly what they want to do here. All the players, hands on their hips, standing around. All right, here we go.
Personal foul, illegal helmet contact on the receiving team. That penalty is declined. First down.
Illegal helmet contact against Hermiston, and they will decline it and give it on the 20 because I think the option was probably re-kick. So with 10:54 left, Hermiston down by a touchdown on Kennison Field. Senior night, final regular season game for Hermiston, the #1 spot of the 3A teams in the Mid-Columbia Conference on the line. Andrew James, Wyatt Nolan to the backfield from the 19, first down and 10. Hand off to Nolan, running left side. Nolan sheds a tackler, turns upfield, and he'll get a couple up to the 23-yard line. Pulled down by Keaton Davis. Their defensive linemen have been very active tonight, and they've had some success against Nolan.
Yeah, they have, and it comes to where they're sliding off of the blocks of our offensive linemen and cutting up back underneath and making Wyatt change what he wants to do.
Second down and 6 from the 23. James and Nolan in the backfield. It's Nolan again. Big hole up the middle. Nolan's got the first down. Nolan spins off of a tackler up to the 32-yard line before he's finally pulled down.
Wyatt Nolan.
And for Kamiakin, it was Ray Chavez, the junior linebacker, who was able to grab Nolan by the waist and stop him from getting even farther downfield. 2 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. Hermiston trailing by 7. A first down and 10 from the 32. Thacker and Rizzone wide to the left side. Pitney and Ramirez right. Nolan to the right shoulder of James. Kamiakin, 4 down lineman. Play action, throw near sideline, and a diving catch by Pitney. They'll say incomplete, that he used the field to trap the ball.
Pass from James falls incomplete.
Trying to set up a screenplay to the near sideline. Pressure, though, played problems on that one. Second down and 10 from the 32. Twin receivers each way. James slaps his hands together. Blitz coming, throws it quickly to Thacker, hit as he catches it at the 39. Well, they missed out on Cody Thacker with illness a week ago. Makes a big catch there in traffic as he's
the 38-yard line.
Catching the ball. He's hit.
3rd and 4.
Third down and 4 from the 38. Thacker's out. Walshley comes into the slot position left. 2 receivers each way for James again. Kamiakin showing blitz on James' backside. Now they're showing blitz off both edges. They'll bring 6. Up the middle they come. Everybody coming his way. James sheds 1 tackler. James in trouble, however, and dropped back at the 31-yard line for a big loss. Kamiakin just brought it the house, and they got to Andrew James. It's a loss of 7 back to the 31.
was taken down the backfield.
Yeah, that time there, everybody guessed the snap count better in our team than who knew it, and nobody was able to touch anybody when you got 6 guys in on the tackle.
4th down and 11. So Juan Carlos Navarrete to punt again. The punt will come with 8.5 minutes remaining. Good big punt. Rutz backtracking. Has to catch it on the run going backwards at around the 18. Turns around. He's in trouble. Bulldogs have a bunch of guys out there. Can one of them catch Rutz? And they will. Back at the 17-yard line, it was Guillermo Garay who is able to make the stop. Defense is the shout from across the Hermiston stands. Down 27-20. It's going to be necessary. First down and 10 coming for Kamiakin. They set the ball on the 17-yard line. For Lucas Castilleja, he's in the backfield along with Tuna Altair. Altair to the left, Castilleja, long count. Now the Kamiakin Braves will check the sideline again and they'll get a new play signaled in. Or possibly the first play. Play action, Altair, throw out to the near sideline, tip, pass dropped. Jordan Ramirez came in and hit Rutz and knocked the ball loose.
Well, it's kind of an odd way to start your offense. You got a lead, dwindling down in time, and you're throwing quick outs with the chance of getting it picked.
Castilleja hands off to Altair running the right side. Altair this time is bottled up. Andrew James is in there to help out on the stop along with Cash Campbell and a crew. But with the season on the line, Andrew James is in playing at a rover position. 3rd down and 10. Now the clock is moving, under 8 minutes remaining. Castilleja, empty backfield. 2 right, 3 left. Altair is to the right along with Messiah Jones. Wiltz, Nichols, and Rutz to the left. Castilleja, straight drop to throw, far sideline, incomplete. Messiah Jones was in the vicinity, but that was nowhere near the sophomore. 4th down and 10.
4th and 10.
Kamiakin 27, Hermiston 20. The Bulldogs will force Kamiakin to punt, and they did not take even a minute off of the clock. 7:28 left in the 4th quarter. Cesar Salas has booted the ball well. Yabani Razone needs a return here if he can get one. He's standing just on the Hermiston side of the 50. The wind is into Salas's face as the punter gets it away. It's high, short. It'll bounce. It bounced off of the back of Hermiston's gunner, and it's recovered by the Kamiakin Braves. The center, the snapper, Brady Volland, was the one who picked it up after it bounced off of the back of Kamiakin, of Guillermo Garay.
Big mistake. Big, absolutely huge mistake.
David Faitete is incensed about something. Eddie Lopez, who's been with the program almost as long as David has, had to pull him back onto the sidelines. I think Hermiston's contention is going to be that Garay was pushed into that ball. But Kamiakin's going to end up with a ball. New set of downs out at the 45-yard line now. Instead of the Bulldogs getting it midfield trailing by 7, they're back on defense, down 27-20. Castilleja turns and hands to Altair. Altair running right side, breaks one tackle, and then it's spun down to the ground by Ryan Arnold. 5-yard gain right to the midfield stripe.
He's having a very good night, Eric. That's rush number 22 for 230 on the night for Altair.
Don't think that the Kamiakin Braves didn't come in here thinking that they could get their sophomore back to be the big back of the night. 2nd down and 5 in Hermiston. Sergio Rosales jumped into the neutral zone but did not cause Kamiakin to flinch. The Braves will check the sidelines to switch the play again. Turn in hand, Altair running left side this time. Out on the edge, got a good block. Altair stays on his feet as he's tripped up and then pulled down by Arnold again. That was Brady Volland who got out there and set an edge for Altair to cut back up inside of him to get the first down run of 11.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, giving up yardage like that. Hermiston's got to try and force a turnover right now.
Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. The clock is spinning, 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in regulation. A score on this drive wouldn't be a death knell for Hermiston, but it would make things very difficult. Castilleja with the keeper running left side. The quarterback gets to the edge, got a big block, and is pulled down at the 31-yard line after he gains 8.
Castilleja
Andrew James in on the tackle that time.
down to the 31-yard line. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2.
Bulldog frustrations are growing. The Monday morning quarterbacks below us. Lots of opinions right now with 2nd down and 2 from the 31. Altair, Castilleja. The Braves, they check back to the sidelines. Managing clock right now. 5.5 minutes remaining. Altair, handoff running left, and he's pulled down at the 30. Just a yard gained. 4th down and 1.
30 yards.
Excuse me, 3rd down and 1. Rutz, Wiltz, Nichols wide to the right. Jones alone to the left. Altair to the right shoulder of Castilleja. Hermiston got a good 4th down and 1 stop a drive ago. 2 drives ago. Forced a punt last time. 4:45 left. And now a flag out for delay of game.
Penalty marker on the play.
Prior to the snap, delay game on the offense.
That will help.
5 yards.
3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and 6. It's still 2 down territory with the ball on the 35-yard line. Now Eddie Lopez trying to get the fans to make some noise. Castilleja to throw, rolling to the right, pressured as he gets out to the edge, throws it sideline. It is incomplete.
Should have been an offensive pass interference because I believe it was Ramirez was thrown out of bounds.
4th and 6.
Wiltz caught the ball, but he was forced out. Holding on Hermiston. Holding on Hermiston is called. The result of that will be a 1st down.
To the pass, holding on the defense, number 19, 10 yards from the previous spot, and results in a 1st down.
First down and 10 after the holding penalty. Moves the ball to the 25. 4:26 remaining in the 4th. Kamiakin looking to extend what is a 7-point lead. Braves looking to the far sideline to get their side. Altair, the sophomore running back, has been a stud, 200 plus. Takes the handoff, running right, breaks a tackle and is carried to the 20-yard line, 5-yard gain on 1st down.
Andrew James again on the tackle with being helped out by Ryan Arnold.
2nd and 5.
It's an alternate universe where Andrew James, well, it's not alternate. In this universe, he is arguably the best defender in the program, but he's 3 years the starting quarterback. And just in high school football, you don't often see at schools this big your high school quarterback playing that much defense. 2nd down and 5. Handoff again to Altair. Pulled down again after just a yard gain. Cody Weisner on the stop. 3rd down and 4. Clock spinning, 3.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Got to make 2 stops here. I can't imagine Szymanski getting to kick what would be about a 40-yarder. Cassier pulls the ball out on the quarterback option. 1st down yardage, running left side down to the 10. Arnold made the stop. He's got 5 or 6 tackles just on this drive. The yardage to the 11. 1st down and 10 from the 11. Kamiakin milking clock. And now they're in a place where you'd have Szymanski kick it. Make it a 2-score game. 27-20 right now in favor of the Braves. Handoff to Altahir. Touchdown for Altahir. Running left side into the end zone from 11 yards out.
Touchdown Braves.
2:47 remaining, and the Bulldogs are down by 2 touchdowns. It's not out of the question, but it's not easy. It's going to take a quick score to start things off. Szymanski's extra point is low and still finds it through.
That's good. 2:47
34-20 with 2:47 left. You're listening to Bulldog Football on AM 1360 KOHU.
$205 yards of penalties tonight.
How many yards does Altahir have?
He's at 267. And Wyatt is at 107.
Tuna Altahir, over 260 yards, 4 touchdowns. Just capped off a drive with an 11-yard score. 34-20. Kamiakin in front of Hermiston with 2:47 left. Low bounding ball kicked by Kamiakin, taken by Remmer. Remmer trying to move to the near sideline. Remmer out at the 40-yard line. About a 15, 16-yard return by Brock Remmer. And now the Hermiston offense. They've got to move quick.
Yep, got to get this thing going right now.
Bulldogs did keep all of their timeouts. But they really can't use any here on this drive. They've got to score quick and then use the timeouts to stop Kamiakin to get the ball back if they don't recover an onside kick. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left for Andrew James. Play action, looking to throw left. He'll throw behind Rizzone, incomplete.
Pass from James falls incomplete.
2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10.
The losing team will be the number 3 3A team out of the Mid-Columbia Conference. And they will play against the number 6 team out of the Greater Spokane League, I believe Central Valley. And they will be home, whichever of these teams loses. But it will be the last game of the season. 2nd down and 10. James pump fakes to throw down the middle. Open Ramirez has it at the 40. Ramirez out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Altahir defending him. They'll give him to the 34.
Inside the 35 to 34-yard line. Good for the 1st and 10.
First down and 10 from the 34. 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Excuse me, in the fourth quarter. Kamiakin showing blitz. They'll bring it. James pressured. Rolls out of it to the right. James going to pull the ball down and he'll run. He'll get out the edge and be shoved out of bounds. Out at the 18-yard line. 16-yard run.
Take out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Good for the 1st and 10.
First down and 10 from the 18. Right hash mark set. Clock paused because Andrew went out of bounds with 2:23 remaining. Walshley and Razone to the right, the left. Ramirez and Pitney to the right. Low throw, tip pass, incomplete. Looking for Walshley and almost intercepted.
For Razone. Second and 10.
Second down and 10 to go. Ramirez, Razone, and Walshley will all go to the left side. Pitney wide right. Wyatt Nolan is to the right shoulder of Andrew James. Second down and 10 from the 18. Blitz coming again. Nolan stays in to block. James to the back corner of the end zone. Over shoulder to Ramirez, incomplete. Third down and 10.
Pass falls incomplete. Third and 10.
2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. Razone and then Walshley and Ramirez stacked on top of each other in the slot left. Pitney alone right. Blitz comes again. Picked up. Screenplay to Nolan. Nolan's got blockers at the 10, at the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Hermiston. Wyatt Nolan from 18 yards out, and the Bulldogs are one score behind.
Well, got to have the kick, and then they're going to have to get the onside kick, Eric. And I know we've been working on it.
Kicks up, kicks true. For Juan Carlos Navarrete, perfect tonight, 34-27, with 2:13 left into the fourth quarter. You're listening to Bulldog Football here on AM 1360 KOHU Hermiston. I'm Eric Olson alongside Sonny Leby from the Old West Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. We are also with you online on GoHermiston.com and Mixler.com. So we can tell you this much. Exactitude of the score was Kennewick 48, Southridge 7. So the Kennewick Lions are in the clubhouse. And if Kamiakin wins this game, Kennewick will finish first, Kamiakin will finish second, Hermiston will finish third. Kennewick will get to host, sounds like Mount Spokane, based on what happened tonight up in Spokane, with Mount Spokane losing to Shadle Park 14-11 on the Ranch and Home scoreboard. The 2 seed would then get to go to Shadle Park, and the 3 seed will get the number 6 seed out of the Greater Spokane League. The loser tonight of this game will be the 3 seed. 2:13 left in the fourth. Kamiakin 34, Hermiston 27. Bulldogs do have all 3 of their timeouts left. They could kick it deep and use those timeouts, although Juan Carlos Navarrete is set up for an onside. He's going to come straight onto the ball. And he will kick a roller to the right side, and it's caught.
down.
It is
7-yard line.
Nico Wiltz
First
who has it at the 48, where the Kamiakin Braves will take over. First down and 10 with 2:11 left. Hermiston's got their timeouts. Bulldogs have to make some stops, however. They're going to have to stop Tuna Altahir. Tuna Altahir is in a position. He's not 300 yet, but he's not that far away. Altahir takes the handoff up the middle. Altahir thrown down by Weisner. 2-yard gain to the 50. Hermiston calls their first timeout.
Timeout. Hermiston. That's their first charge timeout of the half.
Whoever falls here tonight will host next week. But week 10 will be the end of the road. The winner of this game is moving into the crossover round, a win away from the state playoff bracket. Bulldogs had an early lead. Kamiakin had the lion's share of the second quarter go their way. Trying to come back from 2 scores down.
The second half that we'd like.
Minutes, 7 seconds left out of Hermiston's first of 3 timeouts. Lucas Castilleja with Tuna Altahir to his right shoulder. Altahir again, running left side. Altahir in the backfield is caught and dropped. 2 more yards to the 48. Cash Campbell on the stop and another Hermiston timeout. Their second will take it with 2:02 left in the fourth. You're listening to Bulldog Football on AM 1360 KOHU.
Third and 7.
Third down and 7 for Kamiakin from Hermiston's 49. 2:02 left. Bulldogs have 1 timeout remaining. Again to Altahir. Altahir, big run, this time to the 44. He'll be 2 yards short of the first down.
Timeout.
And Hermiston will call their final timeout.
Timeout of the half.
Altahir's run for 5, at a 4th down and 2 from the 44. I think if you're Scott Biglin, you go for it.
Yeah, there's two sides of it. You go for it and get the first down, game over. Hermiston has no first downs, but if you don't get it, you give Hermiston a field of only about 52 yards or 53 yards to work with. Still no timeouts, but capabilities, I like it a lot better being on offense.
Kamiakin Braves win it with 2 more yards. They can
fake here.
They do have Cesar Salas in punt formation. Hermiston has nobody back. 4th down and 2 from the 44.
It could be a direct snap right to the up man.
The up man is Nico Wiltz. It's back to Salas. Salas gets it away. Campbell almost got to it. Hermiston will get away from it, and it will roll down to the 17. 83 yards. Hermiston trailing 34-27. A minute 53 remaining. Andrew James and Mike Mosier walking together side by side for about 10 yards before Mosier, the offensive coordinator this year, his 3rd year with the program, gives James the play. Bulldogs came back. They won in overtime last week against Hanford. Down by 7. 1st down and 10 from the 17. James and Nolan in the backfield. Razone alone left, 3 receiver options right. James looking to throw. Screen. Defended well. James now scrambling out to his right side. James coming to the near sideline. James will shoulder off a defender and step out of bounds at the 21. Gains 4 on the play. Importantly, gets out of bounds on the play to stop the clock with 1:43 left.
Yeah, that time there, almost when Andrew, when Andrew reversed his field, no receiver on the opposite side adjusted what they needed to do and come to the ball. Although Andrew may not have been able to throw it, but somebody coming back this way would have been wide open coming across the middle.
2nd and 7 from the 21. 3 receivers left for James. Pitney alone to the right. James looking left. Time in the pocket. He'll throw over the middle, incomplete.
Pass from James.
3rd down and 7.
Third and 7.
You could look at it this way. There are 2 plays left. Wyatt Nolan could pick up this 1st down right here. And if he doesn't, you still got a play to run. It's probably still a throwing down. 2 receivers each way for James. Andrew takes a snap to throw. In the pocket. Deep ball, far side for Walshley, too far, incomplete. A minute 34 left, although the clock doesn't really matter too much. For the defending Oregon 5A state champions in their 1st year in the WIAA, a potential playoff spot rides on at the very least this 4th down and 7 from the 21. Hermiston's got 79 more yards to go. Wyatt Nolan, who has over 1,400 yards this season, has been essentially a blocking back here for the 4th quarter. James to throw. Time over the middle. He's got Ramirez at the 36-yard line. 1st down, Bulldogs. Bulldogs have to go quick. They don't have any timeouts. A minute 29 left. The pitch and catch to Ramirez gives Hermiston their 1st down. So they get to keep going. James stomping his feet. He wants to go quick. 2-minute drill time now for Andrew James, the senior quarterback, a 3-year starter, takes the snap, 2 throw, near sideline. Ramirez again, runs out of bounds at the 44-yard line. 8-yard gain, 2nd down and 2 coming. The drive continues, the season continues. Down 34-27 with a minute 20 remaining. Right hash mark set. Walshley Razone to the left. Ramirez and Pitney to the right. James slaps his hands, takes a snap. Blitz coming, picked up. James to throw. Deep ball for everything. Too far for Walshley, incomplete.
Pass from James falls incomplete.
3rd down and 2. I say it again. It wouldn't be out of the question to to put it in Wyatt Nolan's hands with 2 yards to get the first down. Because, again, you've got to extend the drive, even with no time left. Nolan to the right shoulder of James. Walshley, Ramirez, Razone left. Long side of the field with the ball in the right hash mark. 3rd down and 2. James to throw. No, he's going to pull it down, quarterback draw. He'll have the first down and more. Looking for Ramirez to block for him on the far sideline at the 40. James sheds a tackle, runs out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Ushered out on the far sideline by Nichols. 1:05 left. The rain has started to pick up again. Down by 7. The Bulldogs have first down and 10. Another big play.
19-yard pickup by Andrew James that time on a big first down.
First down and 10 from the 37. 3 receivers right this play. James takes a snap. Blitz coming. James, deep ball, looking for the end zone. Over the top for Razone. It's knocked out of his hands. Coverage on the play for Blake Fabry, the senior cornerback. There is 1 minute remaining. Hermiston down 34-27. All passes with the exception of the quarterback run. Razone wide to the left side alone. Walshley, then Ramirez, then Pitney wide right. For Andrew James. Blitz again, 5 coming from Kamiakin. James rolls right. Throws again, deep ball for Razone at the goal line.
There's a pass interference.
And a flag comes out, incomplete, but pass interference flags out on the play.
Yep, the last time I thought Razone got pulled down and didn't even get an opportunity. That time it was just an absolute shove.
Although, here's an important thing to note. That ball ends up short. I mean, the penalty's going to help because the end zone was out of range. 15-yard penalty will result in a first down to the 22-yard line. .6 seconds remaining. Kamiakin clinging on for dear life to a 7-point lead. Walshley is left. Ramirez, Razone, Pitney right. Nolan and James in the backfield. James to throw. Near sideline, looking for the end zone. Too far, incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10. Andrew James threw for 1,931 yards when he was a sophomore. 18 touchdowns. Last year in the state championship season, 2,373 yards, 29 touchdown passes. Came into tonight with just under 1,100 yards. Straight drop, looking to throw, screenplay set up. Nolan is hammered. Did he catch the ball is the question. If he did, the clock's running. He did, the clock's running. Loss of a yard. Now the clock is paused right now. Now it's running. Kamiakin is incensed. Hermiston's got to get on the ball. 3rd down and 11. 35 seconds left. James takes a snap to throw. Near sideline for Ramirez, incomplete. We're back to another. It comes down to this. All told, Andrew James has thrown for over 5,000 yards as Hermiston's quarterback. There's still another week no matter what, but 4th down and 11 with 28 seconds left. Razone is left, Ramirez right with Walshley and Pitney. Kamiakin showing they're going to bring everybody right up the middle. They will. It's picked up for the end zone. Incomplete. And Yabani Razone's asking for a hold. There's no hold. That's it. Turnover on downs. The Kamiakin Braves need one victory formation play.
Take over on downs, 1st and 10, Kamiakin.
And they will go into the crossover round as the number 2 seed out of the Mid-Columbia Conference. Coming to Hermiston and winning, it looks like 34-27.
Timeout. Kamiakin.
Kamiakin will use a timeout. Just got to cross all the T's, dot all the I's, make sure that everybody knows their job here on this snap. And the Kamiakin Braves, who've had a seesaw season, will snap a 2-game losing streak. They'll get above 500 at 5-4. They'll finish 5-3 in the MCC. The same record Hermiston has, the same record Kennewick has, who won big tonight against Southridge. But Kennewick beat both Hermiston and Kamiakin. Kamiakin is going to have beaten Hermiston. So, when the tiebreakers all filter themselves out, it's Kennewick 1, Kamiakin 2, Hermiston 3. It's one snap. Yes, it's been raining. Looks pretty light right now. Still, they do have to get the exchange. And it will be a shotgun snap, it looks like. Castilleja is back about 7 yards behind his center. And will wait for the ball from Cesar Salas. If the snap's bad, there's a chance. It's not. It's good. Castilleja kneels. Kamiakin wins. 34-27, the final scores. The final seconds tick off the clock. Some hugs on the near sideline for Hermiston. A devastating result here tonight. It doesn't end the season. There's still one more week to play here on Kinnison Field at Bulldog Stadium. Next week it'll be a home game next Friday night, but that is where the 2018 ship will make its final port. Teams have their final handshakes here, a game that's had a little bit of everything. We'll have a little bit of something in your post-game show when we come back. Kamiakin 34, Hermiston 27, final score here tonight on AM 1360 KOHU.